Boys in the back. Boys.
What is good? Welcome back to another edition of The Boys in the Back. This time, it's a beautiful Thursday afternoon, November 20th, a nice crisp fall day as we prepare ourselves for UFC Qatar this weekend. I am 1/3 of The Boys in the Back, Mr. Connor Burks. Joined alongside me, as always, Pretty Ricky, Mr. Eric Jackman. And we thought it was just going to be us two. We thought it was just going to be me and you kicking it, repping for the Boys in the Back. But Frankie decided to show up as well. Frank, what's good, man?
It's great to be here. Thank you.
Yeah, I can't lie, man.
You sound
pound for pound list is going to get kind of awkward.
Oh, is it? Oh, yeah, it is. Frank, you sound very happy to be here. We are happy to have you here.
Thank you.
Wow. All right. Icy. It's getting frosty.
Animosity with the pound for pound list today. All right. Just an FYI to all you watchers and listeners out there. We do have a hard out today. Save your money. No super chats. We won't be getting to them. If you're sending them in, they're nothing more than a donation. We will not be answering them. Just had to get that out of the way off the top. Let's also get some breaking news out of the way. Last night, I was laying in bed, getting ready for a beautiful evening of slumber when it was ruined by a tweet letting me know that Sergey Spivak is no longer fighting this weekend against Shamil Gaziev. And who takes his place on just 3 days' notice? Salsa boy Waldo Cortez Acosta. His reign of terror continues on the heavyweight division. I do have to say, in all seriousness, joking aside, him to take the fight on 3 days' notice is pretty gangster, especially after he just picked up a win after the eye poke, like, what was that, 5 weeks ago? And I think this is his now 5th fight of 2025.
Yeah, and you don't see that a lot in the heavyweight division.
Yeah.
I think if he wins this fight, we do have to turn the corner and become a Salsa Boy program.
If Salsa Boy knocks out my GOAT, if Salsa Boy completely puts Shamil Gaziev out flat on his back on 3 days' notice, I'll become a Salsa Boy fan.
All right, there it is.
I'll move over to the tribe of Waldo Cortez Acosta.
The gauntlet has been thrown by Connor Burks. If Salsa Boy can knock out Shamil Gaziev, we will be a Salsa Boy program. In fact, I will go so far as to say we will try to get Salsa Boy on the show.
Salsa Boy on the show if he knocks out Shamil Gaziev.
All right, there it is. There it is, folks.
Shout out.
For now, you're rooting for his downfall with everything in your being.
My GOAT. Shamil
yeah.
has the opportunity to stamp his goathood on Saturday against Waldo Cortez Acosta. Another piece of breaking news that we got, Ryan Garcia was teasing it all day. He was like, we're going to get some fight announcement on his Instagram last night. I was fingers crossed. We had Connor Ben, or Ariel had Connor Ben on the show yesterday. A lot of animosity between them two. Don't seem to like each other at all. I was hoping quick turnaround, get Connor Ben right back in there in a massive fight against Ryan Garcia. It's actually going to be against Mario Barrios in February.
It's still a great fight, but it doesn't have that like heat, that pop of Devin Haney, Connor Ben. Those fights have something that I don't think this has. But when you're talking about fighting for titles and things like that, like the sport of boxing still needs to continue on. I imagine that they'll resolve business, and then maybe the next fight is a Connor Ben. So it's still a great fight. I'm still interested in it, but it does not have that kind of like mainstream appeal.
Do Connor Ben and Shakur in the meantime?
Yeah.
I'd be shocked if that happened.
Yeah, I don't know if you do that. I think you wait. I think you wait for this opportunity if you're Connor Ben. You literally just fought Chris Eubank. Rest on that. Enjoy that. Keep yourself ready. And then step in against the winner of this.
Boxing has a big card this weekend. You got Devin Haney. Who else is on that card?
Let's look it up.
You got Devin Haney. You know what? I should have had the card right in front of me when I said it.
We've got
Devin Haney.
Bam Rodriguez is on this one.
Bam Rodriguez.
Devin Haney taking on Brian Norman.
Yeah, Brian Norman Jr. repping Atlanta. Let's go. Shout out.
What else do we have on this card? Oh, David Benavidez versus Anthony Yard. Abdullah Mason is returning. So decent boxing card. A lot of people have been saying like one of the better fight cards of the year, which I guess from top to bottom certainly it is. Like Haney is a big star. Benavidez is a big star, but it doesn't have that like pay-per-view main event attraction type guy.
Oh yeah, this is not a casuals card. This is
a casual card at all. But top to bottom, good names on this card.
The UFC heads to Qatar this weekend with a great main event and a co-main event. Yesterday they had media day and a couple stories coming out of it. Did want to play this one clip from Belal Muhammad's media day, what he had to say about his
Wait,
training.
Belal doesn't usually get like viral clips out of media day.
Look, man, when Belal Muhammad gets a mic in his hand, the people
Okay.
listen. This is what he had to say about, he's getting up there in age. I believe he's 37 years old now. This is what he talked about, his youthfulness in the game. Take a look.
Okay.
My future's bright, right? I'm training with young monsters. Ignacio Balmundez is probably 28, and I think he's one of the best strikers in the UFC. Like I said, I got a 17-year-old now, Ignacho's younger brother, who's a monster, right? It feels like the Epstein files without the sex, right? I'm getting their powers through sparring and training.
What the fuck is that?
What do you mean by that? Drewski,
What is
like,
that,
what do you
dude?
mean by that meme?
What is that? It's like the Epstein files without the sex, referring to his 17-year-old training partner, Bahamondez's little brother.
Who's the check?
What a well-timed use.
That might be the worst bar in UFC history.
That is up there for the worst bar. Like, I don't even know if you actually take the. Unfortunately, I am like my brain goes to breaking this down. For one, how do you make a reference to Epstein files without the sex? That's kind of like the point of the Epstein file thing. Also, what would it mean to be the Epstein files without the sex? Does it mean just like taking flights to islands? Like, what actually does it mean?
Well, he said it's like the Epstein files without the sex.
Hanging out with 17-year-olds, I guess.
I'm taking their powers by training and sparring with them. And he said it with a grin on his face. He thought he was spitting, I think.
He thought it was a bar.
I pray to God he got to the back and his team was like, what the fuck was that, dude? He said it like 12 minutes into the presser, and the presser went for 45.
Oh, man.
I hope in the back of his head, though, for the last 30 minutes of the press conference, he was just like, why the fuck did I say that? That didn't make any sense.
Yeah, that's a really rough quote, and I am a known Belal Muhammad apologist. I kind of have always said like, everybody's too hard on him. I don't get it. Like, cringe this, cringe that. Yeah, even I don't really have much of a defense on that one. That was extremely rough.
That's going to be my new line. It's like the Epstein files without the sex.
In what context are we going to use this? Like, when do you drop that?
I don't know, but it's going to kill over the holidays. Thanksgiving, Christmas. Oh, shit. It's like the Epstein files without the sex.
Connor, what are you talking
What
about?
the fuck are you talking about, dude?
Oh,
You guys didn't
fuck.
see Belal Muhammad say that at UFC Qatar Media Day?
It was
No,
everywhere.
you fucking weirdo.
You wouldn't know. It's like the Epstein files without the sex. You wouldn't know about that.
So
my Lord.
Just another heater
Belal.
by Belal, man. I don't know what that was. I actually had to watch it
I
a
don't think he
few
knew
times.
what that was.
I had to watch it a few times and get several different sources to make sure it wasn't AI.
Yeah, it's a good thing you checked because I would have thought that might be AI. Congratulations to Belal. I think he's locked up like the quote of the year.
Yeah, that one people aren't gonna forget that one.
Wow.
Like the Epstein files without the sex.
We're gonna be playing like the best of UFC trash talk over the course of the years, like a highlight montage. It's gonna be like Connor grabbing the mic, and then we're gonna cut to Belal at the media day for Qatar. It's like,
Can we just play it one more time? Is that possible? Can we just
let's re-rack that.
one more time? Just
Let's really
20
listen in
seconds.
here.
My future's bright, right? I'm training with young monsters.
bright, got
Ignacio
it.
Balmundez is
Young
probably
monster.
28, and I think he's one of the best strikers in the UFC.
Yep.
Like I said, I got a 17-year-old now, Ignacho's younger
Voice
brother,
crack is tough.
who's a monster, right? It feels like the Epstein files without the sex, right? I'm getting their powers through sparring and training.
I'm getting their powers through sparring or training. It's like he's insinuating that Epstein was
Stealing
taking
their-
the youth from the children by having sex with them.
Allegedly.
It's fucking crazy, dude.
Oh,
the more I watch
man.
it, the more I'm just like, what was he even going for with that?
I have no idea.
How does your
I have
mind
no-
even go to that? Also, like, the Bob Mondes kid is like 17. It's not like he's like 12.
I just want to be clear though. Without the sex, Connor. Don't forget that part. Without the sex.
I didn't watch the rest of the presser. It'd be amazing if when he stood up, he was like, guys, I did just want to be clear on the thing I said like 30 minutes ago. I did mean Epstein files without the sex. Just wanted to clarify that. Thanks, everybody.
Oh man.
without the sex.
Below. What a Dana White has long been on record of like, we allow fighters to say whatever they want, free speech. This is gonna be the one where
He starts out the press conference on Saturday night. Just first thing I want to say off the top: Belal Muhammad is no longer allowed to have a UFC microphone in front of his face.
Oh, Lord.
Belal, shout out to you, dude. Shout out to you.
I mean, he gave us a good laugh. So
I don't
thank
know
you,
what the
Belal.
fuck you were going for, but all credit to you, man. That one's going in the back pocket.
That's
for
a
sure.
banger. That's a
It's like the Epstein files without the sex. You know?
Yeah, it is.
Ian Machado Gary sat down with TNT Sports and talked about Kamaru Usman. Is he next? Should he be next? He has some strong thoughts on it. Take a listen.
Khabib and his team are very smart and they are very intelligent at choosing fights and making interesting matchups. Kamaru Usman is fucking irrelevant in the welterweight division right now, and I excuse my language, but it's the fact. He's a has-been. Yes, at one point in time, he was arguably the greatest welterweight of all time. He's not close now. Khabib and the team in Russia and that whole fight team, they know how to spin the wording to build a fight. But there's no interest. No fan wants to see that fight. They want to see him versus me. They want to see him versus Shavkat. They want to see Islam versus Pratchis and Morales. They want to see the new generation of this welterweight division. When you've got someone who's pushing 40 years of age and is nearly 10 in the world, he's irrelevant to me. So I think that's just Islam trying to get that 17th consecutive win against an easy opponent, someone who was at one point in time somebody, but now was just trying to maintain relevance. So I don't want to say anything disrespectful to Islam and his team, but I think it's a cop-out.
I don't want to say anything disrespectful, but the last 60 seconds I've been completely disrespecting them.
I don't want to say anything disrespectful, but it's a cop out. He's a pussy. Don't do that.
Yeah. He obviously feels some type of way. And I think a lot of people feel
Agreed.
that type of way about the potential of Kamaru Usman getting the shot. I think he is the ninth. Is the ninth
Wow,
ranked
is that actually
welterweight?
right? Man.
I think or maybe it was Leon. Maybe he's at 8. But, I mean, he is far down. All right, he's the number 8 ranked welterweight coming off of a win over Joaquin Buckley, who is the number 10 ranked.
I agree.
Welterweight.
I agreed with everything that Ian Gary said, except for one part, which is that like people are clamoring for Ian Gary. I don't feel that. Like I think there's other. Like I think a Michael Morales might be a little bit of a sexier pick or something like that. But he's right that Kamaru Usman doesn't belong in this conversation.
I agree with that, but I also don't agree with the fact that Kamaru Usman is a has-been and he's completely irrelevant.
That's true. That's true.
The fact that he's
Good
getting
point.
talked about means that he does have relevancy, and the fact that guys like Khabib, guys like Islam, guys like Dana White, guys like Ali are bringing them up. Obviously,
They're
there's-
motivated to do
There's
that.
motivations there, but I don't think he's irrelevant. But at the end of the day, it can't be Kamaru Usman.
If he was irrelevant, then there wouldn't be a ton of like discussion around this, right? If he was irrelevant, it would just be like people would laugh and be like, no, of course he's not getting the shot. Like it wouldn't even be a conversation. So he's not irrelevant, but is he a top level fighter anymore? I guess that's a debate to be had. And for Ian Machado Gary, it's like he is not.
Is he a top level fighter, and could he even give Islam Makhachev a test?
Yeah, would we be doing this to have a fight at all, or would this just be for like the Stipe Miocic versus John Jones? He gets the legacy win.
I was just gonna say, like it just feels tit for tat, 1-1. Stipe Miocic versus John Jones, Islam Makhachev versus Kamaru Usman. You're getting that legacy fight. You're getting that. Oh, he's one of the greatest welterweights of all time. They'll in the build
Dana
up.
says he's the greatest.
I was gonna say in the build up, it will be promoted as this is the greatest welterweight of all time against this up and coming GOAT in Islam Makhachev. The second fight in his new weight class, just like it was for John Jones, and he'll get it, and he'll finish him in the 3rd round, and we'll all be like, duh, of course he did. Like, this was never going to be competitive. Let's actually move on with the division.
It does feel like a waste of time, but from a casual fan perspective, you must admit Kamaru Usman's name carries more weight than any of these other guys, right? There is a truth to that.
1,000%.
The same way Stipe means more than Cyril Gane, or even at that time, Tom Aspinall.
Well, Tom
For
Aspinall,
casual
because
fans.
Tom Aspinall was the interim champion at the time. So he deserved that title shot. I almost think the welterweight is more egregious. I know there isn't an interim champion right now, but the fact that it's just stacked so deep. Like, you could give Michael Morales a title shot. You could give Shavkat Rakhmonov a title shot. You could potentially give Carlos Prates a title shot. And you could give the winner of Ian Machado Gary and Belal Muhammad a title shot.
Yeah, and if we're drawing the comparison to heavyweight with Tom and John again, it was really only Tom, right? It was like, okay, they're passing over Tom. It's pretty egregious. Why would they do that? With this one, you're right. There's quite a few guys I'd put ahead of Kamaru.
Ian Gary wins on Saturday.
Yeah.
You have Michael Morales, Shavkat Rakhmonov, and Ian Machado Gary right there. 3 dudes who it's just like, take your pick on who you want to give the title shot to. Whoever's available is the one that should get it at that point. Giving it to Kamaru Usman would be egregious.
I think they're going to do it.
Just give it, if like he's so like dead set on the title, just have him fight JDM. You win that one, you'll get your title shot. Number one.
Or any of those other guys, right? What if you fight like a Michael Morales and have to earn it?
Yeah.
But I think he's going to get it.
So you're convinced that the next fight announcement is going to be?
I don't think these things happen by accident. Ali's push for it and the power that he has because he represents so many of the top fighters, including the champion Islam Makhachev, and the fact that Dana White continues to go out there and talk about Kamaru Usman as the GOAT when nobody's asking and nobody cares, right? It feels like this is a calculated plan of attack. That said, it's not. There's no. Nobody is under the illusion that I think Kamaru Usman is going to win that fight. And also, I think everybody knows, like, Kamaru Usman's knees are bad. Like, we knew this when he was champion. We knew that Kamaru Usman was somebody who had to, like, get up for these fights when he was champion. And so when Ian Machado Gary is coming out here and calling him no knees and shit like that, there's truth to that people recognize and understand. So would it shock me if they're like, yeah, we're going to call Kamaru's number. And then Kamaru's like, man, I don't think my knees can even go. Like, yeah, that could definitely happen. And then all of a sudden, you're looking at an Ian or you're looking at a Michael Morales anyway. So we'll see how this all shakes out. I do think the UFC's primary choice at this moment is probably Kamaru Usman, unfortunately.
He's the number 8 ranked welterweight.
Coming off 1 win over Joaquin Buckley.
Like, the only reason you go that deep is like a Pantoja where he starts lapping the division. Yeah. Just to put the equivalency, just to grab, just for a nice exercise.
Yeah.
The 8th ranked contender in every other division. That would be like Merab fighting Marlon Chito Vera.
Oof.
That would be like Alexander Volkanovski fighting Steve Garcia.
All right, that one's a little more reasonable.
Let's say Brian Ortega.
Okay.
Because
he's also tied.
Like, he has a bit of more of a legacy. It would be like Ilia Topuria fighting Benoit Saint Denis.
Yeah,
it's not great, but it's like, what about Arman? What about Patty?
Yeah.
What about Gaethje?
Yeah.
It would be like Hamza Chimaev fighting RDR or Robert Whittaker.
The Whittaker one seems rough.
Alex Pereira fighting Dominic Reyes.
Yeah. Oh, wow. Yeah.
Or you could even say Pereira fighting Azamat Mirzakhanov.
I mean, I'd watch it.
Tom Aspinall fighting Derek Lewis.
I'd also watch that. I could see it happening.
Mackenzie Dern fighting Tabitha Ricci.
That exercise revealed to me that actually...
It's not that crazy.
It's not that crazy. The UFC could do these. Like, not from a competitive standpoint, but from a, like, Derek Lewis got a big name. Let's throw him to Tom Aspinall. Like, I could actually see that happening, which is the state of modern UFC, modern MMA. There isn't a division like welterweight where there's that many guys that you have so clearly ahead of the line, right? This is the case that you've been making, and I echo that point. There are some... Ian Machado Gary is so far above Kamaru Usman in terms of what he's done in recent years. Michael Morales, even Carlos Prates, who has a loss to Ian Gary, Shavkat, obviously, right? Shavkat hasn't lost since he was born. But all of these guys are so obviously ahead of Kamaru, it does feel a bit silly. But again, like, the UFC is selling these fights to a CBS audience, right? Like, it's going to be the people that they want to bring into the tent that are not necessarily the hardcores. I think Kamaru is probably the front runner just because of what I'm seeing from Dana White and the camps involved. But I also don't know that when they go, all right, it's time, Kamaru, sign that contract. Islam signed that contract. Kamaru's gonna be like, yeah, I'm ready to go. He needs to time this perfectly.
Okay. Bet Online.
Yeah.
Sportsbook offers future odds, and I'll tell you what Islam Kamaru is after this. They also are offering a wager on Islam Makhachev's next opponent.
Oh,
And it's Belal Muhammad, Ilia Topuria, Shavkat Rakhmonov, Ian Gary, Kamaru Usman, Michael Morales. What do you think? Who do you think is the favorite?
Kamaru.
Okay, and what do you think his odds are?
Plus 300.
Not bad. Kamaru Usman plus 225, Michael Morales plus 300, Ian Gary plus 325, Shavkat Rakhmonov plus 350, Ilia Topuria plus 400, Belal Muhammad plus 900.
These kind of seem right. Like, this seems what I'm in line with thinking.
Carlos Praches plus 1,000. Now, Islam Makhachev, Kamaru Usman.
Yeah.
What do you think the line is?
Minus 750 Islam.
Oh, man, I need to get to the bank if this one happens. Islam Makhachev minus 285.
Oh, my Lord. Yeah, that's a second mortgage right there. Minus 285, yeah.
Islam Makhachev minus 315 versus Michael Morales.
Yeah, see, that one, I'm very confident Islam will win, but it's a stay away from me. Like, Michael Morales is just, he's one of those guys that I have to see more before I can even have any kind of determination. If you go, it's like Tom Aspinall. If you go in there and every single fight you just like ice somebody in a round because you're a freak athlete, it's kind of hard to really gauge like how skillful he is. The first shot by Islam, he may not know how to stop a double leg and just get completely ramsacked. But
it is funny. We share this same confidence in Shavkat Rakhmonov that we sort of don't have in Michael Morales because we say we haven't seen enough, but they both have 19 fights. They both have 7 fights in the UFC.
I saw Shavkat in a fight against Jeff Neal where he had to dig deep, where Jeff was bombing on him, and a fight with Ian Gary where he had to dig deep. It seemed like he got compromised at some point throughout that fight and was able to win it in the later rounds. So that part I know about Shavkat, which I don't know about Michael. What happens after the third round? Like, I have no clue. Does he even have the gas tank to go there? So there's some unknowns there. I'm scared. I would be scared if I was betting on Islam there, just from the perspective that like he may just be the next thing. He may just be that Ilia Topuria type where he can just ice everybody. But I'd be pretty confident in Islam at the same time.
All right, it's going to be very interesting to watch. Kamaru Usman right now on the odds, your current favorite to be the next opponent for Islam Makhachev. I'm curious if Ian Gary wins, how the odds will be effective. I think it depends how.
I think it depends how. If he doesn't have a better performance than Michael Morales, which it's going to be hard to top, the momentum would seem to be with Michael. Like, he's just continuing to do this. Unfortunately, the guy who I think has the best chance of dethroning him, and we talked about this, I think we both agreed, was Shavkat. We don't know. Like, apparently he's healthy. According to Ariel, he's saying that he's healthy. But like, when is he going to fight, and what is that going to look like? Yeah,
it's coming up on a year now since we last saw him in action. Let's go to UFC Qatar this weekend main event. Arman Tsarukyan versus Dan Hooker, co-main. Belal Muhammad versus Ian Machado Gary. I feel like title shots are on the line with both of these. There's some big names in attendance. Actually, at this entire card, with all the connections going on through it, the amount of big names in these like 155 to 185 weight classes, it's stacked. You've got Islam Makhachev, who I think just because he lives in the region, he's going.
Okay.
I'm not sure why he's there. Ilia Topuria is there for his brother. Paddy Pimblett is there for his 2 teammates, Shamrock and Luke Riley, who are debuting in the UFC this weekend. Tsarukyan, obviously, in the main event. Dan Hooker, main event. Gary and Muhammad, co-main event. And then Khamzat Chimaev will be cornering Arman Tsarukyan this weekend as well. I saw one video of Ilia Topuria and Arman Tsarukyan almost running in to each other. I know they've had some history. They could be the next title shot there. Yep. Paddy Pimblett and Ilia Topuria, you have to imagine, like, they're going to be walking around the arena together. It's going to be
another
interesting
hand sanitizer incident.
It's going to be interesting to see if any of these big names, run into each other and make a viral clip from it.
Is it possible that the UFC invited Islam just in case Ian Gary has that type of performance and they go, get in there, let's start to build now?
Yeah, maybe.
If Ian Gary goes out and just like starches Belal Muhammad in one round,
that seems like a lot for Ian Gary, Belal Muhammad, on the off chance that one of them like starches him just to get Islam in the cage.
Or maybe this Kamaru thing is not as far along as we all think.
Yeah,
maybe those odds that BetOnline released are not accurate, and maybe it's Ian Gary all along. So we'll see, but it's good to have Islam in the crowd because all you have to do is cut to him, right? You the winner, Ian or even if Ian or Belal after they win get on the mic and say, I want to fight you. Now, Belal has said, that's my brother. I'll never fight him. Now, granted, he was the champion at the time, and Islam was the one who was not champion, and it seemed convenient to do. Let's see if Belal Muhammad wins, if he goes, Islam Makhachev, I want you, or he's like, my brother's here, I would never fight him, so I'm just going to fight another guy and never be champion again. It's no problem.
Islam Makhachev,
I love you.
you've been my brother, but now you've got my belt. You've taken everything I worked for. I'm going to make you like the Epstein files without the sex. Without the sex.
What the fuck is that?
Shout out to the legend and Belal Muhammad, one of the best trash talkers of our generation. All right, Arman Saruki and Dan Hooker.
Yeah.
This is a fight that has come with, like, as we've gotten closer and closer to it, it feels like these guys do not like each other at all. Dan Hooker has come out outright and been like, I hate him. I hate Arman Sarukian. I hate everything about him. Arman Sarukian not as hot about it.
He's not as forceful with it.
He's had a couple tweets just kind of like, bro, I'm gonna kill you. You're nothing. But Dan Hooker has come out and been like, bro, I don't like him.
Dan Hooker views him and has always kind of talked about this as like this like privileged rich boy who got into MMA, and Dan Hooker views himself as a scrapper, and so do the rest of us, right? We all view Dan Hooker as that. Like, he is a fighter's fighter. And so he looks at Arman as the contrast to that, and he just doesn't respect it and doesn't like it. So we'll see if that's just trash talk. Like, after the fight, we'll see. Maybe he doesn't shake his hand. Maybe they don't end up making squashing that. But it's clearly a clash of cultures, right? He feels like Arman is coming from a completely different thing from him, and he's a fighter's fighter, and he wants to kind of test that. So it makes for good trash talk. It also makes for a good fight.
I saw an incredible edit of Dan Hooker. We can't play it because it's got fight footage and it's got music and everything, but it was Dan Hooker in an interview basically just being like, yeah, he looks better than me when he gets on the scales. He's in better shape than me. He exercises more. He's got better wrestling. He's got better jiu-jitsu. He eats better than me. He doesn't drink as much as me. But guess what, man? This is a fist fight. And in a fist fight, you can't count out Dan Hooker. It was fantastic stuff. And I think that is to be true. This could be tough. Would you be shocked if it went similar to the main and co-main event of UFC 322? I have a statistic here. Other than the 60-second KO of Beneil, his last 3 fights, Arman has racked up 27 minutes and 7 seconds of control time and 43 minutes of fighting.
Who were those fights? I know one was Charles.
One was
Actually, I have Tapology up.
He fought a short notice dude. And then,
Charles Beneil. Joaquim Silva.
Yeah, Joaquim Silva filled in.
And Damir Ismagulov.
Yeah, Damir Ismagulov back in December of 2022. He doesn't fight that often. This is the first time we've seen him fight since UFC 300.
Yeah, and he was in the title fight with Islam, and then unfortunately had to do that back issue.
Kind of crazy. Charles Oliveira is 2-1 and has fought for the title since that fight at UFC 300.
It would shock me because I think Arman knows he needs to make a statement here. That's the part that would shock me, because I think he knows if he has Dan Hooker and he's able to control him that easily, I think he will probably be aggressive to actually finish it. The last thing Arman Sarukian wants to do is leave the door open for a guy like a Paddy Pimblett, right? If you leave that door open for Paddy Pimblett, Paddy's gonna bust through that door. If you go out there and you lay on Dan Hooker, this is a 5-round fight, right? It's a main event?
Correct.
Okay. If you go out there and you control Dan Hooker for 5 rounds and do no damage, Paddy Pimblett's voice is going to be extremely loud and hard to ignore. And the UFC fan base is going to be hard to ignore when that noise for Paddy Pimblett starts up. If you're Arman and you've got him in complete control, go for something, subs, TKO. I think he'll be a little more aggressive. So I'd be surprised if, and also, not for nothing, I think Dan Hooker leaves himself open to potentially being finished there, because he also leaves himself open to escape. Like, Dan Hooker puts himself in position to take risks. Dan Hooker is not somebody like Jack, who was just kind of like there. He was just comfortable to be like, not comfortable because he looked extremely uncomfortable, but he didn't really have get-ups. He didn't really have escapes. He was kind of just like trying to play the game with Islam, and Islam was just so much better at controlling him. Dan's going to take risks. Dan's going to try to get up. Dan's going to try to reverse. And in those scrambles, that's where it leaves opportunity for Armin to finish, but it also leaves Dan chances to escape and actually make it a fight again. So I think Armin might be able to find a finish here, in addition to wanting to put on a show, because Dan Hooker is not going to be somebody who's just going to lay there and who's not going to lay there and be controlled for 5 rounds. He's going to try to make it a scramble. He's going to try to get up. He's going to try to do something to get out of that position, and that leaves him vulnerable as well. So I just don't see it.
There's an argument to be made for the urgency for Arman Tsarukyan. Also, Dan Hooker, in his last 3 losses, he has been finished in the first round.
Yeah.
Like, I know he is tough as nails. Like, if it goes the full 15, he is in a dogfight. But also, when he does lose, it has been by finish.
Yeah, it's been definitive.
Yeah. I feel like Armin, if it starts turning into a scrap, and Dan Hooker can obviously give anyone a scrap, he will rely on what can get him the win. And I wouldn't be shocked if it turned into more control time.
Yeah, it's definitely possible. I'm giving Armin the benefit of the doubt. I think his grappling is vastly superior, and I think it will lead him to opportunities to actually try to finish this fight. But Dan Hooker's game, man, we saw it in the Gamrot fight. They have a common opponent in Gamrot, and Dan Hooker beat him, and Arman Tsarukyan lost to him. He looked good. Like, he was able to create those scrambles that I'm talking about and make it very, very tough for Gamrot to do exactly the game plan you're kind of laying out, right? To just only control, which is Gamrot's game, right? I think Armin's a little more aggressive in that game, but Gamrot's game is just to completely control an opponent, and Dan Hooker did not let him do that. So I'm interested to see if he can thwart the attack of Armin. I don't think that's going to be the case. I think if I'm making the prediction, it's that Armin's going to be able to control him, and by round 3, 4-ish, it's going to be too much, and I think he might get a finish.
When he beat Gamrot, he was a plus 210 underdog. When he beat Turner, he was a plus 240 underdog.
Yeah.
And now you can get him as big as a plus 410 underdog against Arman Tsarukyan this week.
Yeah, don't count out Dan Hooker. He's always going to make it a fight.
Don't count out Dan Hooker. Shout out to Engage for this shirt, by the way. This is a solid one right here. 2 guys that, like, they might hate each other, but I actually really like both of them.
Agreed. I like Armin. He's like, we've been seeing more of his personality. The eating videos are hilarious. I know Ariel, it's like one of his favorite things on earth, because it harkens back to some Canadian commercial for cereal. But I also think, like, Islam Makhachev to me was the #1 lightweight on the planet, indisputably, right? I thought he was best, and I thought everybody was very far below him. The #2 guy, in my mind, was always Arman Tsarukyan. And so with Islam out of the way, he slides into that spot. All due respect to Ilia Topuria, Arman beat Charles Oliveira too. So it's not like this is some guy, like, it's not like Ilia Topuria's lightweight run is something that I can't still have Arman Tsarukyan ranked as my best lightweight. In fact, I do. I still think Arman is probably the best lightweight on the planet. And so if I believe he's the best lightweight on the planet, it would stand to reason that he should be able to beat Dan Hooker. So I have him beating Dan Hooker.
Where do you have Arman pound for pound? Where do you have Ilya pound for pound?
I have Arman pound for pound 10, I think.
Okay.
And Ilya must be, I have Islam, Merab, then Ilya.
Is that just based off of accomplishments?
Yeah, recent accomplishments, and also, like, moving up weight classes, what would, happen? Pantoja maybe 4. I forget my list off the top of my head. But I have Ilya higher pound for pound because of what he's able to do at featherweight. The jury is still out on lightweight. Win over Charles Oliveira, great. Arman Tsarukyan has a win over Charles Oliveira. I need to see what the rest of the run looks like for Ilya at lightweight, but
I know it is crazy. We've only seen the one 155 fight from Ilya. We talked about the animosity. We talked about the sort of the hatred, the beef here. Maybe it's one-sided on mostly Dan Hooker's part, but we did get this hilarious video from one Dan Hooker.
Obviously, me and Arman Tsarukyan just come from 2 different places. Looks like he wipes his ass off $100 bills. I'm out here slaving away, mowing my own fucking lawns. Now I gotta do normal shit. Maybe that pisses me off. I don't know the guy from a bar of soap, but I already know that I hate him. He's just been chiming away since he first come into the UFC, and he's saying that I'm somehow avoiding him when I've never seen him fight or know who he is. Now I just hate everything he does. I hate the sound of his voice, The way that he speaks, to me, he sounds like Borat. He looks like he showers and then takes a shit. I think this guy is a fucking idiot, and I can't wait to knock him out.
I actually believe everything he's saying there as well,
Yeah.
that he's like, yeah, no, I've never watched him fight. I
Well,
mean, other than UFC 300, it's like Armin, he headlined the Austin card in December, and then he's been on quite a few Apex cards as well. So, like, I wouldn't be shocked if he didn't really watch him fight at all.
Dan watches a lot of fights, so I'm sure he's watched him fight. But it's also the contrast of, shout out to Oscar Willis, by the way. But you see him mowing the lawn, and then it's like cut to Armin eating caviar. You know, like there is that contrast of culture and style and philosophy and strategy when it comes to this fight game. That makes this a very compelling fight. But I do believe Dan Hooker, in his soul of souls, like probably doesn't respect Armin Tsarukyan. He will fight him, and then we'll see if he respects him on the back end of it.
He had this quote to say, I don't like that his face is attached to his body. I would love to separate the two. I don't know anything about him, but I hate everything he stands for. I can't wait to elbow him in the nose.
I believe that.
I think from the moment this fight was announced, Dan Hooker put out the graphic and was like, I'll rip his head off.
And that's what he has to do, because if he doesn't, it's going to be Armin's fight.
Yeah, I can't imagine. I mean, maybe we say that, but like he won the Gamrot by a split decision. Like, I can't imagine he's gonna have success if it goes all 5 rounds. But who knows, man? Like, you can't count Dan Hooker out.
No, you can't. But we do have to remember that Armin Tsarukyan is not Gamrot. Armin Tsarukyan's stand-up is dangerous
better,
and
yeah.
significantly better than Gamrot's. Gamrot is the fight I would point to show that Dan Hooker is harder to control than you may think, but not the fight that I go, well, this is why he's going to beat Armin. This might be why he makes it hard for Armin. Why he beats Armin is going to be if Armin does stand with him for a significant amount of time, Dan really punishes him in those moments. But Armin is great, man. Armin is really great.
All right, final question about this fight.
Yeah.
Whoever wins, regardless of how it happens, is their next fight for the title?
Yes. Yes, I do think so.
Dan Hooker as well.
I think, yeah, I think so.
Yeah, I mean, Dan Hooker was said at media day. He was like, if I win the fight, I got 2 options. I go and fight Max for the BMF, or I go undisputed gold.
I think he'd be next because I think the UFC would jump at that opportunity, right? With Armin, they're getting somebody who's going to be, I think, more competitive and have a tough fight with Ilia Topuria. But with Dan, you're getting somebody who you know is going to stand there and throw down and scrap. So I would hope that one of these guys, whoever wins this, does have their next fight be for the title. I understand why you're asking it that way, because obviously Paddy Pimblett could kind of slide in there, right? Like, it seems like Paddy versus Ilia is the fight to make. So I think
in January we get Paddy versus Ilia. I think there's a little
seed planted. November 20th.
Yeah, but they haven't announced anything.
Yeah, January is the first one.
I know.
They
have to announce something.
I don't think we're gonna get Paddy versus Ilia.
What are they gonna announce?
Something else.
I don't think it's gonna be Volk.
It's taken too long.
Could it be the Aspinall rematch?
Too soon. It's gonna be
Pereira. I mean, you got to start this card with a bang.
I think they're gonna they're gonna get creative.
Pantoja's done. Marab's done. Wow, this is interesting. Islam's not gonna fight Hamzat. Hamzat Imavov.
EMF title.
Hamzat Strickland for the BMF.
I think they're gonna get creative.
You cannot start the new era with fucking Max Holloway, Charles Oliveira BMF title. You could do that as the co-main. You can't. That can't be your main event. No, I'm saying it now. You can't.
If Ilia Topuria was fighting in January, it would be announced already. It's too close. You don't announce an Ilia Topuria fight on a month's notice.
Eh? When did they announce 317?
Yeah, but we knew that fight, right? Like, everybody knew what that fight was going to be.
Do Oliveira Holloway for the BMF belt co-main to Islam Makhachev versus Kamaru Usman, and I retire. Islam Makhachev versus Joaquin Buckley.
Look, could it be? Yes. Paddy being out there and being like, Ilia doesn't want to sign the contract. Now he's mentioning Justin Gaethje. It's bad. It's a bad sign for me that this is not done yet. So I don't think.
I wonder if we get an announcement this weekend.
That would be about the latest you could possibly do.
We're 2 months out. We're 2 months out. What card was it that took so long? Was it International Fight Week?
Yes. Well,
Yeah.
we knew it was going
Yeah.
to be Ilya, but they just
we had to get the conclusion
Islam.
with Belal and
Yeah.
all of them, whether or not they moved up. Yeah. Right. I think it's going to be a great fight. Ultimately,
yes.
heart says Dan Hooker, head says Arman Sarukian.
I think a lot of people are in that boat.
Kind of the same thing as last week. Heart said JDM, brain said Islam. So brain sides with Arman Sarukian getting this done, but
They've built it well.
I hope it becomes a really good fight. I hope
Yeah.
it becomes a really solid scrap, and Dan Hooker puts one on him. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. Let's go to the co-main event. Belal Muhammad versus Ian Machado Gary. First time Belal's back since the JDM loss. Gary beat Proches. Now he's trying to go 2-0 in 2025, and he gets the number 2 welterweight in Belal Muhammad. On the flip side of Dan Hooker, Arman Sarukian, this has a ton of stakes attached to it. The winner could potentially be fighting for the title, but there's really no...
I don't think Belal is going to fight for a title with the win.
That's a very good point. There's no real animosity between these guys.
No, not really. I mean, we saw them in that
Yeah, we saw the
breakfast
hotel.
video.
Can we run that? People seem to love this kind of stuff, but it feels just like, feels a little bit unnecessary. Belal's like, what's up, man?
Belal should have pulled him in close and been like,
Enjoy your finish. Want to come say hello?
Enjoy your food, man. Just wanted to say hi.
You know, there's no malintentions.
No
It's okay. Have a great week.
Respectful.
I mean, what would the animosity be? At this point, like, there's so much more anger and anguish that could be spread around than at Belal Muhammad or vice versa, right? It feels like Kamaru Usman's the one who's encroaching on people's territory. Michael Morales, Carlos Proches, those are the guys that are really, like, coming up. For Ian and Belal, this is just another fight. You have to win this fight to continue your ascent, but I don't think there's much animosity there, nor should there be.
I think the only thing they both agree on, really, though, is that Kamaru Usman should not be next for the title. Belal said, "Do you want to put this old fart with no knees in a title fight? You can't count on a guy like that who is just a coward."
Oh,
I don't know how he jumped from the no
Coward.
knees to the coward. I don't know if I'd
stepped in on a week's notice for
I don't
Hamzat.
know if I'd put Kamaru Usman in the,
Yeah.
the coward
Yeah,
category.
I don't know about that.
And then Ian Gary said Makhachev needs to fight one of the young up-and-coming contenders, not a has-been who has no knees.
I mean,
Man, they really go for the knees.
it's real. It's a real thing.
No, I mean,
like,
the video of him getting off the bus in Atlanta was crazy. It was
But the-
crazy. It looked like my grandfather.
he is severely compromised, and he will need to be in the best condition he's ever been in to beat a guy like Islam Makhachev. So it's totally fair for all these guys to be like, why are you putting him in there? It's not going to be competitive. I know he has a name value, but he's not going to be competitive.
All right, so this is the first time since we saw the Canelo hands attempt against JDM. He tried the wrestling. It didn't really work out. The hands didn't really work out on the feet as well. Now he finds himself as a sizable underdog against Ian Gary, and it almost feels like after being a big favorite against JDM, it's like the market immediately went back to what it has always been on Belal Muhammad. Leading up to the title fight, Wonder Boy, plus 175, 1. Luque, plus 150, 1. Brady, plus 120, 1. Gilbert Burns, plus 125, 1. And then the title fight, Leon Edwards, plus 215. Won that one as well. Jumps to being a big favorite against JDM, loses, now right back to being big dog odds.
Respectfully to JDM, I think Ian Gary is a tougher fight for Belal Muhammad. I think Belal Muhammad, quite frankly, people will call this revisionist history. It is what it is. I think Belal blew the JDM fight. I think if he had a different game plan, he would have won that fight. Now having seen the Islam fight again, like, if Belal Muhammad was a lot more intentional, a lot more aggressive with his takedowns, I think he would have beaten Jack Della Maddalena, and he would still be champion, and he would have been the one facing Islam, which he would have lost, because I would have for sure picked Islam in that fight. And I think Ian Machado Gary is a harder fight, because I think Ian is good in all phases in a way that JDM is not. We've seen now enough tape on JDM and his wrestling to know that it's not elite. In fact, it's very far from elite. It's not very good. Ian Machado Gary can do everything. He can grapple in all phases. He can clinch. He can grapple on the mat. He can strike. He's a very, very complete fighter. And so I think this is a tough test for Belal. On the other side of the coin, I think Belal is good in every phase as well. And I've long thought he's underrated. You just pointed out that he's been a dog in every single fight except for the one against JDM, and then he lost. Again, I stand by the fact that he blew it. I don't know if Belal as a dog is not tempting for me, is something to think about, because I think this is going to be a bit of a mirror match, right? Like, they both have decent striking. I'd say Ian has a little more diversity in the attack, right? The kicks are a little bit better, and he's just a little more crafty. He knows how to get in and out of range a little bit better. But man, Belal can box, and like, say what you want about that fight with JDM. He was standing in there toe-to-toe with JDM and boxing with him. Like, I know it's Canelo hands, or we joke about it, but like, he didn't look out of his depths. He didn't look like a guy who was just like unable to stand with JDM. He's very well-rounded. We know how good his wrestling can be. I don't know if he's going to be able to implement that against Ian Machado Gary, and why I think it's a tougher matchup potentially than JDM. So I don't know which way to go on this, but in this type of like coin flip 50-50 type thing, it's only 3 rounds. Like, I think Belal's got a decent shot.
I definitely think he does, man. And in agreement with everything that you just said, I think it's just going to be a great fight. I think it's going to be close. I think this idea of counting out Belal just because of the JDM fight is a little bit ridiculous to me. I think it's a fight that's almost certainly going to go to a decision. Neither of these guys are big finishers. Like, people want to talk about remember the decision and everything like that and clown on Belal. 1 finish in his last 8 fights. Ian Gary, 2 finishes in his last 8 fights. Let's not sit here and act like Ian Gary is some lethal finisher. And one of those was against Kenan Song late into the 3rd round after he had gotten dropped in the 1st round. Like, he's not some lethal finisher. Ian Gary has never been finished himself. Belal, the one time, was against Luque almost a decade ago at this point.
Wow.
Like, Ian Gary was the first one to go 25 with Shavkat Rakhmonov, the first guy to not get finished by Rakhmonov. I think both dudes are durable. I don't think either of them has like insane finishing capabilities. I think it goes to 15 minutes, and I think it's probably close because they're both well-rounded dudes. Like, Belal Muhammad was the champion. Yeah. Like, this is a former champion, dude, and he's only 1 fight removed from that. Like, he is still going to come in
beat good guys.
Yeah, man. Beat the run-up Wonder Boy. And this is 2021 Wonder Boy. Yeah. Like, this is not Wonder Boy now. Vicente Luque, Sean Brady when he was undefeated, Gilbert Burns, obviously before all the injuries Burns is dealing with, and then Leon, when Leon was the champion. Yeah. A fantastic run, winning as an underdog in every single one of those fights. Like, he's beaten good guys. He has a well-rounded game. I don't know who wins. I think it's a close fight. I think it's gonna come down to the scorecards. I could see it being 29-28 either way.
They are very similar on paper in terms of that well-roundedness. The biggest thing that I could point to in this fight, the biggest differentiator, the biggest separator is Ian Gary is 28 years old.
Just about to say
Belal Muhammad is 37.
The youth, man.
There will be a point where Belal, as well-rounded as he is just not going to beat a guy 10 years younger than him. As you get older, that ability to do that shrinks and shrinks and shrinks. And so we may be at the point where, man, the miles, the years, the age is just too much, and the youth takes over. For that reason, I lean ever so slightly toward Ian Machado Gary. But a 29-28 Belal is like the least shocking outcome I could imagine. Like, it's so totally possible.
On top of that, Gary is obsessed with this game. Like, he lives and breathes it. Everything is mixed martial arts, you know, obviously moving to Brazil to train down there and everything. And I always feel like he comes in equipped with a good game plan. Yeah. Like, it just feels like against Shavkat, he came in with a good game plan, 48-47 on all 3 judges' scorecards, just needed the 1 more round. Unfortunately, he doesn't get it done. And then against Praches, man, up until that 5th round, dude, it was like, damn, this is not even close to being competitive. Yeah. And then, you know, gas is out, gets hits with some big shots and everything like that. But I think he'll come in with a good game plan. I like the youth. If you're making me choose, I'll lean Ian Gary, but I think this is going to be a close fight.
Same lean for me.
Let's keep rolling on to the featured bout of the evening. Volkan Ozdemir taking on Alonzo Menaville. I'm not going to lie. With like the names and like the potential of like future stars on here, I was kind of surprised to see this be the featured bout, but it is what it is. The number 9 versus number 14 light heavyweights in the world. Though saying that, it feels like they are miles away from a title shot. It does not feel like we're getting either of these guys in a title picture anytime soon. Menaffield coming off a win at UFC Atlanta that I was at, plus 500 underdog against Umar Sy. Want to split over Julius Walker in Seattle earlier this year.
Who could forget?
Could have a 3-0 2025 after an 0-2 2024.
Amazing. What a run.
Yeah, I think it's tough.
Volkan Ozdemir by knockout.
Yeah, I think so. He's actually the younger guy.
Yeah.
He's actually the younger guy in this one. And like
look,
I feel like this is a curse that I put on guys, but I'm always just like, but look at the losses. His losses are like DC,
Yeah,
Erie,
yeah.
Reyes, Ankalaev, like
God, DC
really
kinda-
top guys.
DC kind of buried him recently, huh?
I know. When he was just like, bro, they give me a title shot against Volkan Ozdemir.
Oh God! When you saw that, I wonder. On the feet,
I mean, what can you say if you're Volkan? Like, you lost. You got finished.
yeah. On the feet, this is not competitive. Like Volkan is a superior striker by miles. This comes down to, is Volkan's chin going to hold up? If he gets hit, can he handle it? If so, or if he doesn't get hit, man, he's the way superior fighter. Like there's just no doubt in my mind. Like I almost feel like at what was he like minus 200 something? It's a bargain, but then I say that, and then Menafield lands one shot and just sends him into orbit. If his chin holds up even in the slightest degree, Volkan is the superior fighter.
All right, so if it makes you feel any better, Umar C, decision win. Julius Walker, decision win.
Yeah,
Knocked out twice by Mirzakhanov and Olberg, which there's no shame in that. Those are
top guys.
Two
Yep.
top guys. Decision win against Dustin Jacoby. Hasn't had a finish in 2.5 years.
Yeah, Volkan's looking pretty
Hasn't had
good.
a finish in 2.5 years. I got to support my Swiss, Shout out to Switzerland. Great fondue over there. Love that country. So, I know they're starving for a UFC superstar.
And Volkan's it.
Yeah, I went to Geneva a few years ago, and I was out on the lake, and I overheard a conversation that some guy was like, man, I'm starving for a UFC superstar. And I was like,
No
what
name
about
check for Volkan?
Volkan Ozdemir.
Oh.
They were like,
I'm starving.
they're like, they gave DC a title shot against Volkan Ozdemir. It was food. It was food for the guy. Yeah, shout out to the Swiss, though. Who else? Not Kovalkiewicz. Stephanie Egger.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shut up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was at breakfast one day, and they were just like,
God, they're having a lot of conversations, huh?
you know what these eggs remind me of? Our quote, Stephanie Egger. Shout out.
Careful. Don't throw that around lightly. We've got to go.
Easy.
Yeah,
Keep-
what are you doing?
How you doing, Frank?
There's only one quote.
How was the family reaction to the Fatima Klein interview?
I had to sleep on the couch. My back hurts.
Uh,
Let's stay at your place tonight.
Yeah, that's great, man. That's
Thanks.
great. Let's keep rolling along on the main card. Jack Hermanson taking on Miktabek oral by. Hermanson has been on a win-loss streak since 2019.
Holy shit.
Yeah, it's crazy. And he's coming off a loss that we all saw, UFC 317 International Fight Week against RoboCop, got knocked out bad, follow-up shot, didn't get up for a while, man. That was only like 4.5 months ago. I don't know about coming back this early, man, especially at his age. It's a little daunting. Oral by, we talk about the age differences, 10 years younger in this one as well, against a dude that is a dog. Like, we have seen him get into dog fights.
The Rebechki fight.
The Rebechki fight was all time, never been finished in his career. And like, kind of like the Ian Gary fight, like, Oralbai's well-rounded, dude. Like, he can get takedowns, he can get submission finishes, like, he can hold his own in the striking. I know Hermanson is good for a vet lesson, but with how quickly he's coming back against a guy this young and this talented, I'm going Oralbai here.
Yeah, Hermanson has absolutely no shot against Oralbai. That's why it's going to be 29-28
Jesus.
Hermanson.
Yeah. Hermanson is fucked.
He
and
is
that is
fucking
exactly
unbelievable.
why
29-28.
he's winning a split decision.
Exactly.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know, man. That knockout at 317 was scary, dude.
This is a very, very tough matchup, and these are exactly the types of matchups that Hermanson finds a way, right? It's like, guess what, Jack? We're calling up Joe Pfeiffer.
Yep.
The hardest hitter we've ever seen.
And you're going to get the shit
And you're
beat
gonna
out of you
get
for
beat
10
up.
minutes. And then you're going to
then you're
dominate.
win.
Yeah.
This is a Jack Hermanson fight. So, like, yes, I expect Oralbai to really, like, punish Jack Hermanson here. Eventually, you can't keep taking that type of damage in those types of fights. But he is a crafty veteran. He is extremely well-rounded. Once it gets into the grappling, he's so slick there, man. And it's not even just about, like, can he submit people? It's just about he's so capable of staying safe in defensive grappling and then offensively kind of controlling, hunting submissions and doing all those things. I think it will, if he is able to win, he will have to go through hell to do it. I lean Oralbai, but, like, he's fucking Jack Hermanson, man.
He is fucking Jack Hermanson. We shall see on Saturday. Next up, wonder if this will still be on the main card. I think it will be.
I hope so.
Shamil Gatsiev was supposed to be fighting Sergey Spivak.
Yep.
That was supposed to happen in May. It gets rescheduled to June. Gadziev withdraws. Then we were supposed to get it on a beautiful crisp fall afternoon in Doha, Qatar this Saturday.
Yep.
Now Spivak withdraws, and in steps in Waldo, Cortez, Acosta.
Salsa boy himself.
Am I taking it too far by calling him the boogeyman of the heavyweight division?
No.
Fifth
It
fight.
used to be
check.
Buchecha, and now it's Salsa boy.
Did Salsa Boy beat Buchecha? No, who was that? It was Ante
was it?
Delia.
He beat Buchecha?
Who beat Buchecha, bro?
No. I don't think his first fight was Ante.
Buchecha was the great hope at heavyweight 3 months
Martin
ago.
Budai.
Martin Budai. Are Martin Budai and Ante Delia, have anybody seen them in the same room? Is he just working a contract on Octagon and UFC just to make extra money? Has anyone seen them in the same room together? They both happen to train with Tom Aspinall? Yeah, my ass. It's the same guy. It's the same guy.
I like this. I like the conspiracy theory. Yeah, this is tough for Waldo Cortez to step in on short notice. Like,
It's tough for Waldo Cortez Acosta. It's also tough for Shamil Gaziev because with Sergey Spivak,
yeah,
he's such an inconsistent fighter. You know he has a path to win against any of these dudes by going for takedowns and just dominating from top game. But sometimes he just doesn't do that, and he just chooses to strike, and it's just like, man, why'd you not go for takedowns? And I imagine if he had done that here, he probably would not have had success against Gaziev. Now Shamil's pretty much going to get what he wants in a standing fight, but it's against a dude in Waldo Cortez Acosta who's crafty. Like he finds ways, as boring and as low volume as it gets, while he rips a salsa in front of Andrei Arlovsky when it's 1919. He finds a way to win. He finds a way to get it to 20.
even when his eye is coming out of his head, he finds a way to
Listen,
win.
man, and like we joke here, there is an actual vendetta against Salsa Boy. We just you need a villain in your life sometimes, and Waldo Cortez Acosta has taken up that role in stride, especially with how active he is. It's been perfect. The amount of tags I get whenever Waldo Cortez Acosta news breaks, I like. Like sometimes I won't tweet during the week and stuff. Like, it's just we're working a lot and everything. Don't have time to just be cranking out memes. And so I won't really get that many notifications. Last night I logged on to Twitter and like the little bell said 11 and I was like, something must have happened. I clicked on it and it's just at Connor Burks, just like all just getting tagged in the Waldo Cortez Acosta tweets. Respect to him for continuing to fight through the Delia one and immediately getting a knockout afterward. Tough for Delia, but also staying active. This will be his 5th fight in 2025, and also being willing to take it on short notice like this against a guy that's much lower than him in the rankings.
Yeah, a lot of respect due to Waldo Cortez Acosta. This is one of those fights where, like, if it's going to be a decision, you think maybe it's going to be Salsa Boy, right? He was able to dance around. He was able to be crafty. I'm not really putting much stock into the fact that he was able to knock out Ante because it was on some weird circumstances and he's really not that type of finisher. So it was kind of just an aberration in my mind. He's much more of the like, I eked out a decision. So if it goes to decision, if it goes long, I think it's probably Waldo who was able to be, light on his feet and get on the bike and just outpoint Shamil. If it's a finish, you have to think that Shamil was able to crack him with something good.
Where was Waldo Cortez Acosta when he got the call? He fights out of
At
Phoenix.
the club, salsa dancing.
Excuse me. He fights out of the image of that just made me sick to my stomach.
You almost threw up.
If his Tapology says he fights out of Phoenix. If he was in Phoenix, bro, he's got to travel all the way to Doha, Qatar.
Yeah.
Weigh in. Well, I guess the weigh in.
No, heavyweight. That's
that heavyweight. But get to Doha, Qatar, and then get ready for the fight on Saturday.
What does he? So at his last fight, he weighed in at 263. So he must not be a guy who pushes too high above the heavyweight limit. So he'll probably be all right on the weight part. But yeah, I mean, the flight part you can't counter. Like he is going to be arriving there with very little time to prepare for this fight.
He's losing 10 hours on the flight too.
Yeah,
it's currently 6:50. It's currently what 3 to 11:56 in the morning in Phoenix right now, and then. You do the math on that. That means it's 9:56 p.m. in Doha, Qatar. So like he's losing the 10 hours.
Go weigh in, brother. Like wake up, go weigh in.
By the time he gets there, I wish we had a Waldo Cortez Acosta tracker right now on the Salsa Boy himself. But yeah, I'm with you on the breakdown. It's like I could see Cortez Acosta finishing him if he's able to like accumulate volume.
Like late, maybe.
I mean, maybe he's got the one-hitter quitter power now.
Nah,
We saw it
he does
against-
not.
we saw it against- Either way, Shamil Goatsiev. Please, man. Please. Do your thing, brother.
Do it for the boy.
Do your thing. All right, this fight, next up, has actually been upgraded. They heard our complaints.
Yes.
They heard our remarks. It's been moved to the main card. Kyoji Horiguchi makes his return to the UFC to take on Tagir Ulanbekov. A few things here. If you are unfamiliar with Kyoji Horiguchi's game, he had a previous stint in the UFC about 10 years ago, went 7-1. Only loss was to one Demetrius Johnson.
Pretty good.
Yeah, not bad. Goes on to Ryzen, 14-1 there, champion. Goes on to Bellator, becomes a champion there as well. Losses suffered along the way to like Sergio Pettis's and Kaya Sakura's and Patchy Mixes of the world. Not great, just because they came over to the UFC and haven't had a ton of success. But like Kyoji Horiguchi is a gamer, bro. 34-5, fantastic career. I don't love that he's getting Tagir Ulanbekov off rip. Like, this is kind of a guy that I know he has the ties to, Team Habib and Team Islam and everything like that. But like, there's not a ton of hype on Tagir Ulanbekov, and he's not an easy out.
No, he is not. And he's a rightful favorite. But man, like, when you list the accolades, like, Kyoji is the truth, man. Like, and we, like, there have been people beating the drum to bring Kyoji in to fight Pantoja right off rip. They've trained together in Florida, and everybody knows how good Kyoji Horiguchi is. This feels like, as you said, Tagir's kind of a name that flies under the radar, but if Kyoji can get this win, it does feel like you can push him toward a title because you're able to sell all those accolades, that previous run in the UFC, and all the things he's been able to do since. Like, he is a top level guy. Whereas I wouldn't say the same type of upside for Tagir, right? Like, it's not necessarily like title shot, rocket ship to him after this. But a win over Kyoji Horiguchi is a great thing to have on the resume.
And that would be his 5th straight win. He could potentially start becoming a guy that, like, if we get the Josh Van Pantoja fight in a few weeks.
There's not much left.
And if Pantoja wins, it's just like,
Yeah.
who is next for this
Yeah.
man? Who is going to fight this guy? I like that they're not immediately rocketing him into the title shot. We saw the struggles that Kaya Sakura faced with that. I mean, he got dog walked. It was not even competitive. And he kind of just shut down the career of Kaya Sakura from there. Let Horiguchi get a test here. If he beats Tagir,
A tough test.
Yeah, tough test, dude.
Yeah.
A tough test with not a ton of hype. And if he loses, it's probably going to be like a pretty boring affair. And it's like, well, send him packing. We'll see when he gets his next fight. It feels like the UFC, especially at these lower weight classes, are desperate for a Japanese star.
Yeah.
Obviously, you've got Tatsuro Taira hanging around the top. Maybe he's next for Pantoja if he's able to beat Van. But like, they tried the Asakura experience. Now they're bringing in Kyoji Horiguchi. Like, it feels like they want to crack that market.
I think, unfortunately, Kyoji's too long in the tooth, too far into the career, right? Like, he's not going to be that guy that you can count on for the long haul. Like, he's already had such an incredible career. Like, this is definitely the back nine and miles that he's put on. But I think he's at least a guy that you could put into a title fight with a Van or with a Pantoja and be like, we've got a legit championship level contender here in a way that the rest of the flyweight division hasn't really quite developed. But as far as Japan goes, like, those other guys are probably the ones that you look at. And it's Taira.
Yeah, I feel like it's Taira at this point. What is crazy here is Kyoji Horiguchi, despite having double the fights, he's only like 6 months older than Tagir Ulanbekov. That is going to be very interesting. I will have my eyes on that one. Let's rip through the prelims. Luke Riley taking on Bogdan Grad. This has potential to be a banger. Luke Riley, one of 2 guys debuting from Next Gen Liverpool, where Paddy Pimblett fights out of. That's why Paddy Pimblett's going to be at this card. Undefeated, 11-0. All of those fights taking place in Cage Warriors. Yeah, they're the boys right there. Shamrock, Paddy Pimblett, and Luke Riley. Obviously, Luke Riley and Shamrock fighting in Cage Warriors and Octagon. Much more well-known to the European fans. But Luke Riley, man, he's a scrapper.
He's got a following. Like, when he got signed, everybody was tweeting about that.
Was supposed to fight on Dana White Contender Series, had some visa issues, wasn't able to make it happen. Now gets his debut in Qatar. And Bogdan Grad, man, if he doesn't go for takedowns, like, I think this is going to become just a boxer's delight. And I could see Luke Riley finishing him and making a stamp on his debut.
Yeah, I'm excited to see what Luke Riley's able to do.
Especially after Shamrock, who doesn't have an easy debut.
No.
And we'll talk about that in a minute. it'll be very interesting to see how Luke Riley does. Next up, Sagid Ezagakmayev.
You said it.
You got that one?
No, you said it. It was great.
Sagid Ezagakmayev
Mm-hmm.
taking on Nick Dalby. Sagid Ezagakmayev. Remember the name.
Fucking hell.
I remember.
And I ain't talking about Belal. I'm talking about Sagid
It's like
Ezagakmayev.
Epstein list? Without the
Without the sex.
he's got a win over Shinya Aoki.
Yeah, oh yeah, dude. He was nice in one championship. He also fought Carlston Harris at UAE Warriors. He's 22-2. The thing is,
Warriors.
shout out to UAE Warriors. Eagle FC guy, he gets around. Thing is, no MMA fights since 2022.
Yeah, he had the one grappling match.
Yeah, in Karate Combat, but has not had an actual MMA fight in 3 years. November of 2022.
Much like with Hermanson, this is one of those like, big underdog Dalby.
Also, Dalby, 41, still going, man.
Yeah,
Both of them coming off a pretty vicious.
I was gonna
KOs,
say
bro.
that KO against Randy Brown was pretty rough.
Also, another 10-year age gap.
Yeah,
Hard to not have a 10-year age gap at 41 in this game.
got to lean with the youth. That's why it'll be 29-28 Dalby.
I kind of feel like I'm siding with Dalby just because of the unknown of Sagid Ezagakmayev.
Look, there is something real about like if you haven't fought competitive MMA in that long, that's a very long time to come back against a guy in Dalby who basically only fights competitive MMA. Like there's not time between fights. He just got knocked out by Randy Brown. He's back. He's ready to scrap again. That's kind of been the story of Dalby. So I think you're right to point that out. I think you're right to like focus in on the idea of like coming right into a fight against Nicholas Dalby, even though Dalby's on a little bit of a skid right now, is a very tough task, regardless of what your kind of record has looked like to this point.
Here is the argument to make. If you look at his Instagram, I mean, he's been training all year. He was at the Performance Institute back in January. He obviously trains with Team Habib, all those boys, Umar, Islam. He's up. He's up in the mountains.
30-27.
Yeah, like I'm looking at his Instagram and like he stays in shape, man. He's with Islam in the locker room at the Dustin Poirier fight. So like he's been around the game. It's not like he's completely been gone, but like you do also just wonder like where have you been? Where have you been, Sagid? Sagid Ezagakmayev.
Yeah, my bad. I wasn't familiar with the game.
I know John Anik has been ripping that several times over this week. Sagid Ezagakmayev.
Is Anik on the call, you think?
Oh yeah, I guess that's true. Who is it going to be?
I don't know. Let's see.
Not Fitzgerald.
Qatar.
It'll be John.
Brent.
Who's the check?
Oh, John Gooden?
Yeah, John Gooden.
I would love that because I love the silky smooth voice of
Actually, Qatar's a pretty big deal, dude. I could see it being Anik. Tell me.
John Gooden.
John Gooden. Also, you like how I said, it's going to be John. Like it's not John Gooden
Like they're not
and
both
John
John?
Anik.
John Gooden joined by Michael Bisping and Paul Felder.
Ooh, that's not a bad broadcast. But I love Paul Felder.
I'm a big fan of John Gooden. Shout out to John Gooden.
Love John Gooden and love Paul Felder. Bisping.
Oh, yeah. I was about to say you left somebody out.
Shout out to Bisping.
Yeah.
Shout out to Bisping. Few people know this, but back in my UFC 3 career mode, I was a middleweight, and me and Bisping had a pretty fiery rivalry, and I haven't been able to drop it.
Okay.
Yeah.
I get it.
Where's Tough?
You think Bisping knows?
Well, he has to know because I beat him time and time again.
Yeah.
When you become champ in the UFC games, they kind of just start recycling the opponents, and like 4 or 5 times.
Sorry, Mike.
I fought Bisping. Yeah, it was kind of like the SpongeBob. How many times do I have to teach you, old man? Yeah,
Mike.
It was a lot. Shout out to Mike.
That's rough for him.
Next up, Asul Almabayev taking on Alex Perez. My question to you on this one is not who wins, is does it happen?
Does it happen?
Alex Perez, 11 fight cancellations since 2021.
Yeah, I'm not.
Pulled out of the Usyk fight in August already.
I'm not putting bad juju on this. It will happen, and I've got Almabayev.
1-4 in his last 5.
Yeah, no doubt it is a tough run for Alex Perez, but Alex Perez is a gamer, so
Yeah. This is kind of one of those ones. Alex Perez is only 33.
yeah, exactly. But I do favor Almabayev. I believe in his skills.
Yeah, I agree. Let's keep it rolling with another Kazakhstani. Bezkat Almakhan taking on the brother of Ilya Topuria, Alexandre Topuria. This one is at Pick'em odds. I'm not going to lie, going into the week, I was like, yeah, I'm siding with Alexandre Topuria. And then I went back and watched the tape on Almakhan. This is the dude that stepped in on short notice against Umar Nurmagomedov and dropped him in round 1. And then obviously, like, he got thoroughly dominated from there. It was kind of like rinse and repeat. Got like 30-26, 30-25.
I'll say this. Thoroughly dominated, but looked game in the grappling.
Game.
Like, he was controlled, but he looked game in the grappling.
But then he fights Brad Katona in the next fight, knocks him out in 60 seconds, has 10 knockouts in his career, has been fighting at ATT. First guy to finish Brad Katona. Like, he's game, dude. He's as game as they come. In Topuria, the Colby Thickness fight, like, he won. He won soundly, but it wasn't like I wasn't blown away by it. I wouldn't be shocked if Bezcott pulls this off.
I think it's Bezcott, no? Like, I lean that way. I think this is the Topuria name probably keeping this line a little closer than it might have been otherwise.
I think so, too. I'm still going to have faith that, like, the brother is as good as they claim, but we get to find out on Saturday. That's the good news. This is a great test for him.
That's fair. I don't know enough about Alexandre to, like, see, but we will find out.
This is not a wager for me. This is a watch and see. And I'm looking forward to it, man. Like, there are really some great fights on this card. And then you finish it with the co-main and main event. It's fantastic. One more I wanted to dive into, the Narulo Aliyev fight going on against Shaquem Rock, Shamrock, the other guy training out of Next Gen, Paddy Pemblett's gym in Liverpool. He comes over from Octagon, not Cage Warriors, and he gets a tough test, man. 10-0, 24-year-old Aliyev. Yeah, he probably should be a dog. He's a guy that likes the ground game, and Aliyev's a guy that likes control time. I think he'll be comfortable going onto his back, and Aliyev will just rack up control time and get a win that way.
Yeah, wins over Joe Selecki and Rafael Alves, like, that's going to be tough. That is going to be tough for Shamrock.
I'm actually really looking forward to the Luke Riley fight. I think Bogdan Grad can give him a really exciting fight. On the flip side of this one, I'm nervous this is going to be a stinker.
It's early enough. We'll get beyond it, and then this card will start to roll.
No. I'm saying for Shamrock's career. Sick name. Gets a lot of submission
I
finishes.
see. That this will halt like the
I'm just worried it's going to be like, man, that one's stop.
It's a tough matchup to get into. That's all right.
Just a couple more. Abdul Rahman Yakyayev taking on Rafael Cerquera. Cerquera 0-3 so far. I imagine it's probably.
I love the way you said that. Yakyayev.
It's a great name. Abdul Rahman Yakyayev.
Yakyayev.
It's a good name. Ryan Loder versus Ishmael Nardiev. Loser leaves town type matchup, you know.
See ya.
And then last one, Merrick Boujlo versus Denzel Luke Fox Freeman. I saw that and I was like, what the fuck is this? Luke Fox is Batwing. He's one of the Batwing characters. And he got scouted by Batman to become Batwing. And he found him fighting MMA. So that's why his name is Denzel Luke Fox Freeman.
In the comics, he was fighting MMA when he found him.
Yeah, he's an MMA fighter in the comics.
All right, I guess that's pretty cool then.
And
I was gonna say this is some weeb stuff, but like
I think his Twitter bio is the Batman of the USMC, the Marine Corps. So shout out to him. LFA heavyweight champ. We need new blood. Is Denzel Luke Fox Freeman that guy?
Who's to check?
Who is
6-1.
Who is the check?
You know what? Now I'm in. I like the Luke Fox thing. I'm down for the storyline.
Are we getting the Buchecha stamp?
Nah, chill.
The Buchecha next big thing stamp.
Nah, chill.
That's the card, man. It's unbelievable.
That's still Buchecha, by the way.
Yeah. He is the next big thing. If we have the graphic, just take a peek at that. Just take a little gander at it if we have it. I don't know if we do. There it is. Armin Saruki and Dan Hooker. Belal, Ian Gary. Ozdemir Menafield, Hermanson, Oral By. WCA versus Shamil Gaziev. Shout out to our crack graphics team back there. Updating that to Salsa Boy, Taguiro Limbekov, Kyoji Horiguchi. That main card.
Woo! Legit though. I know newer fans are not going to be like super thrilled about Kyoji Horiguchi. Like they don't necessarily recognize, but like when you're that far down the card and you've got a guy who's like championship level, it's a good card. I'm quite excited for this one.
Main card starts at 1.
Yeah, pretty nice.
Sign me up. 10 a.m. Little cup of Joe and Denzel Luke Fox Freeman. Stack of pancakes.
Luke Fox, baby. Let's go.
Denzel Luke Fox Freeman going. I can't wait for it.
I like how you always have to say it the full.
Denzel Luke Fox Freeman, baby. All right, let's get into bets. Parlay Pals. Pound for pound. Voicemails. Parlay Pals, I've already gotten Pete's pick. He is going against Patty's boy, Shamrock. He is going with Narulo Aliyev.
Is he allowed to do that?
Why would he not be able to?
I just feel like, the UK, Ireland, that region, I feel like we usually stick together.
Will we ever win again?
Octagon Cage Warriors, like that.
Yeah. Will we ever win again? That's the real question. Or maybe he has the inside scoop, and that's why he knows.
Fair.
Last week we lose. I cost us on Malcolm Wellmaker.
It's tough.
It is tough. We're now 13-30. God. It's tough, dude.
No, but this one we're going to get into the green.
Nope.
Into the black.
Nope.
I don't think I've heard that one before.
We're deep enough into it. Frankie, who you going with, brother?
You know what? I'm such a huge fan of Patty and Liverpool that I'm going to go with Luke Riley.
Nice.
Oh, so
Hope he makes his debut KO, but I just need him to win for the Parlay Pals.
So you're counteracting
PT's pick again.
next gen.
Yeah,
hate.
if he's drifting away, I'm going full Liverpool.
All right, I'm gonna go with Mick the Beck oral buy against Jack Hermanson.
29-28 Hermanson incoming. I'm going to go with Asu Almabayev.
All right. No one taking anything from the main or co-main. No one taking a little nibble. There it is.
It's tough.
Plus 286. Can't get back into the green, but we can make a little dent.
I'd love to make a dent.
God, I just want to win. It's got to be like 13 in a row or something. Like we were up like 8 units. It's got to be getting bad.
We have runs where it's like we win like 4 or 5 in a row, and then we lose 12 in a row.
Yeah, I think this is I think this actually is like 11 or 12 in a row. It is actually tough. All right, I got 2 bets, nothing crazy. Co-main event. I'm going with Ian Machado Gary to get it done by a decision. Minus 115. I edge Gary. I think it's gonna be a great fight, but
you edge Gary? Huh?
I don't know why.
Likey.
Without the sex. Ian Gary by decision gets it done 29-28. And then parlay, we talked about it. Volcano's the mayor. I think he starts as Alonzo Metafield and then Mick the Beck oral by, who was my parlay pals pick. Qatar's got a nice flag. Like that burgundy.
Hell yeah, that is sick.
It's a good color. That burgundy's nice. Shout out to Qatar. Saw it a lot during the World Cup. Shout out to him. All right. Those are my bets. Just a couple this weekend. Nothing crazy. Those are the parlay pals. Let's get to our pound for pound rankings. Frank wasn't supposed to be here. Frank,
not even supposed to be here today.
Exactly. Frank called out, then he called back in. Things changed. Things happen. Now Frank's here. We were supposed to do this without him. Pound for pound worst Frank lists of all time. But it was too late to change it. So now he's here for it. He's gonna have to sit through it.
Are you gonna do a list, Frank?
No. All my lists.
Because you think they're all shit. Oh, golden.
I mean, golden.
Gonna be golden.
Okay, you want to go first?
Sure. I mean, I guess we can't have Frank decide because he's not even participating. Who gives a
decide.
fuck?
What do you think, Frank?
I think Rick should start us off,
Thanks, man.
and then we'll finish it off with Connor.
I actually
appreciate
think
that, dude.
that was Frank's first list. The 1 and 2 of me, then you. After we already were gonna do that.
Yeah.
All right. Man, this is weird because we're gonna have to just show Frank to his
I like
face.
it. It's not like we didn't shit on him anyway.
Just pretend like I'm not here.
I mean, I
like
do that
you
anyway.
usually do.
Shut up. Number 5 for me. 12-month runs. This was an abomination. Can we show Frank's? This was the recap.
That 24.
And I'm gonna highlight that number 3 right there. Just that 2024 Dakota Decheva. This is why it's so particularly offensive to me, and it was number 5. The rest was fucking rock solid. Like the rest of it, like Frank really dug in, did the research. I was impressed with what he was doing here, and then you just throw that little cherry in there.
Okay, no. I also have issue with 2020 Israel Adesanya. He beat Yoel Romero by decision and knocked out Paulo Costa.
Okay, it wasn't his best one, but it was not nearly as offensive as the Dakota Decheva.
That is insane.
He had the 2 best at the bottom,
and then also, to have an Alex Pereira year in there and it be 2022 when he beat Bruno Silva, Sean Strickland, and Israel Adesanya is fucking insane. When he had a 2024 that was Jamal Hill title, Yuri Prohashka title, Khalil Roundtree title fight.
Frank delivered on that one.
Insane.
All right.
Insane.
Number 4 of Frank's worst pound for pound lists. The French list. The French things list. Daft Punk at the top.
Having 2 mustards on there is also just fucking crazy.
Also, as Jordan read out at the end, if you look at our list, including
French,
it had to include the word French. And there is no French anywhere to be found on any of this list.
Except for French's mustard.
And it's not French.
Charcuterie
board. There were like 3 of those 5 things weren't even French.
Insane.
Number 3, rematches. Rematches was a particularly brutal one. Can we throw that up? It was the 311 list. It was the 311.
John Jones versus Parker Porter. All mixed up.
I don't know any of these songs. I'm not a big 311 guy, but this was a seminal moment in the show's history when Frank didn't understand the assignment and went 311. Number 2, this was hard to not be number 1 for me because it's so heinous. Number 2 was pies.
The pies was insane.
Shrimp fucking cocktail is his number 1
What even is pupusa?
Isn't that like a flat bread type of
I don't know.
Guys, it's like an arepa.
Yeah, it's like yeah.
Not a pie.
Pizza, the only thing that's pie form on the entire list. Quesadilla can be circular, I guess, if you throw the 2 tortillas on.
I think that was his whole thing. Everything's circular.
Yeah, but first of all, quesadillas aren't eaten circular. Like you fold it, and it's actually
Shrimp
a
cocktail.
semicircle.
Also, have seen him eat it off a plate several times.
Just horrible fucking list. When we did actual tried and true pies, the only reason this was not number 1 was because in the number 1, he missed the mark so badly that it's not even distinguishable what he's referring to on this list. Number 1 is nicknames.
Oh, it has to be.
Number 1 is nicknames. DJ, Jesse, Dom, Bobby, and Tommy. There's like 3 different people these could each be, and it was particularly horrible.
The nicknames was so fucking bad. It's not even funny. It's not even funny. I'm not gonna lie. We can just rip through mine real quick because it is very, very similar. Like it's hard to argue just how horrible these lists were. I do have a different number 5. My number 5 being summer activities, and it makes it at number 5 not because it's a horrible list, but it might be the worst number 1 of all time. Like he's nailing it. Go to the beer garden, spend some time at the pool, walk on the beach, an outdoor concert.
These are great.
Record shopping. Why specifically in the summer would we go record shopping? And there's no way that is a universal activity. The record shopping is just heinous. And then for 4, I did a combo of the Ditch of a Obsession. It was the 2024 Ditch of a Year, and then also his all-time English fighters number 1 Dakota Ditcheva. This is boxing included.
All time.
Dakota Ditcheva.
Love it.
And then my number 3 is the UFC 311 songs.
Shout out.
We were doing rematches. Love Song, Down, Amber. And Love Song is also a cover, I believe, which is egregious in his own right. Number 2, pies.
Number 2, pies?
Yeah, the shrimp cocktail, everything like that.
Are we going to match?
Number 1 is nicknames.
Yes!
The nicknames. Can we just get it up one more time? I mean, we're out here like Jacare, Rampage, the Korean Zombie, Kimbo Slice, the Gracie Hunter.
The key to this is every single one of ours, it's one person. You can identify them very easily by their nickname.
Tommy is definitely Tom Aspinall. Bobby,
or is it Tommy Fury?
Bobby is either Robert Whitaker or King Green. I can't remember which one he did.
There's an option for both.
Dom is, I would assume Dom Cruz, but this was
Dom Reyes.
This was a moment for Dom Reyes. Jesse.
Jess.
Oh, yeah.
Or Jesse on Fire.
Jesse Jess. Or, yeah, Frank has been talking a lot about Jesse on Fire lately. And then DJ.
I think I know that one, but it
just
could be the
acronym for Demetrius Johnson.
Yeah.
All-time shit list. The nicknames was so bad. The nicknames was so bad.
We had the same 3 through 1. We also, I had your 4 was my 5.
Yeah.
And then I just hated the French.
I did a little combo. Another one that was all time was Matches Made in Heaven.
What was that again?
He was nailing it. Dark chocolate and sea salt, booking a quiet coffee shop. Now we start kind of rainy day and jazz. tahini and watermelon, and then movie and a great soundtrack.
The turn at 3 is rough.
Movie and a great soundtrack is fucking crazy. His greens list.
Oh, all ours are shit though, right?
I thought mine was pretty good.
Oh yeah, mine's really bad.
Greenbacks, arugula being one is crazy. Greenwich, England. What even was Force of Nature?
He's not gonna talk.
I don't know what Force of Nature was. It was crazy.
It's a magic card.
Oh, okay.
I will say my list was so shit that I couldn't dare question his list.
My list was ironclad.
I know you love the greens.
MMA grapplers was also pretty tough. Mackenzie
I don't
Dern.
remember. Okay,
Ryan
but to
Hall,
be
Cron
fair,
Garcia.
the one.
Dylan Dan is at 2, and number 1 Ben Askren.
Oh yeah, that is rough. That's pretty bad.
No. To be fair, and then you see it, it's just like
to be fair, Casey's scariest fighter list also I think was up for criticism.
Okay, I will say we got to give Frank a little bit of love. The headgear one was great, and then also
There were quite a few.
that might be a stretch. Sneaky banger, sneaky banger. UFC Baku, pound for pound hills. If we can show the graphic, Capitol Hill, Uffington Whitehorse, which I can't even remember what that is, Mount St. Helens, Sir Cregor Clegane from the Game of Thrones series, and he is the mountain, and then Mount Vesuvius. Banger list, but the creme de la creme here moment, the absolute just cherry on top, is his list went 5, 4, 3, 4, 5 to replicate a hill.
No, it's great.
All-time stuff. The thing that I learned from doing this, and I went back and looked at every single one of them,
Yeah, I did too.
the pound for pound is pound for pound dumbest shit on earth. Like we did pound for pound pirates in honor of Shara Bullet, pound for pound greens, pound for pound hills. Like we have just done some of the dumbest lists on earth.
I love it.
It's great.
Frank, we love you. And do we think
Not
it'll be
even supposed
fair?
to be here today.
It's a fact.
That's a good point. Do we think it'll be fair next week if Frank picks out like our dumbest list? Just
Yeah.
like we leave space for that?
No, that's only something fucked up people do.
All my lists have been great, man. All my lists have been great, so I'm cool with it.
Frank, you were not supposed to be here for
You
this.
could
We
have done
apologize.
pound for pound. You could do pound for pound dumbest pound for pound ideas.
I think we've given our best efforts on all of them.
How many have we done at this?
Who the
point?
fuck
Gotta
is
be
we?
At least 60.
55 or 60? We've
You know,
done
we're-
enough to where we can choose your shittiest lists.
I'm here for it. I mean, people have been asking for this and asking for our pound for pound. So just we're going to eventually run out of ideas and start going to these more often.
If there's an Inception 2, then that week we have to do pound for pound.
Inspired by Belal Muhammad, next week we do worst lines in UFC history.
I'm down.
I don't know if I want to do the research on that one. But
7th layer of hair without the sex.
without the sex is gonna be number 1 forever.
Without the sex is the craziest thing I've ever heard. I'm not going to be able to stop smiling about that for a while.
Do you think he was talking about Pizzagate and like adrenochrome and all that stuff, and he got it confused?
I don't know.
To
No.
me, the instant referral to like I'm taking their powers through sparring and training makes me think that Epstein was taking powers from adolescence on Epstein Island
Through MMA?
through sex.
Well, okay.
That's why he clarified without the sex.
Well, no, because without the sex.
No. That's his point. He's taking the powers without the sex. He's doing it through sparring and training.
I think what he's saying is there was combat training and sex at the Epstein Island. And he's saying,
okay.
he's saying no sex.
No.
Leave you with the MMA training.
I think he's saying that it was a power plant
Let's call him up.
to take the power. All I wish for, look, I'm not a gazillionaire or anything like that, but I would give every dollar in my bank account for body cam footage of Belal Muhammad walking backstage
After
and
saying
his team being like, "Hey, good stuff, man." But like around the 12-minute mark, what the fuck was that?
Is it gonna be like that meme with the kid where there's like they're looking at the camera and then they see who it is and they make like this disgusted look on their face? Do you know what I'm talking about?
No.
I'll find it and show you.
Okay,
I
thanks,
think
man.
that's what'll be the response.
Yeah. Yeah, that was. I'm thinking, yeah. Oh, we don't have a show next week because of Thanksgiving.
Ah, shit.
Well, we won't forget. We will remember.
The streets will never
We,
forget.
not only are we remembering the name, we will remember without the sex. I am not letting that die.
Remember the logs.
I might get a shirt. Yeah, I might get a shirt that just says "without the sex." That might be my new line at restaurants. Yeah, I'll take the burger
that without the sex.
without the sex. Sir, you need to leave. We got any voicemails?
Okay, do you ever ask for anything with the sex? Fucking Belal.
Funniest part is that's what I woke up to this morning. That was the first thing I saw. I thought it was fake, dude. I thought it was fake.
I completely missed this until you showed it to me,
Yeah.
and I was what was the first thing I asked you?
This has to be AI, right?
Yeah, I could not believe that was real.
Yeah, we got 3 different sources on it though, and then the official UFC
Oh my god!
posted it. The best part is if you go to his presser on the UFC's page below UFC, God bless it. Here it is. 65,000 views on this. Top comment. The Epstein file analogy is the weirdest thing I've ever heard a UFC fighter say in my life.
Me too, brother. Me too.
Also, we're skipping over I've been getting beaten up by a 17-year-old for the last 5 weeks. I feel unbeatable. What does that mean, dude?
Oh man, that's gonna go down. That's gonna go down in history.
The Epstein reference is crazy.
Yeah.
1228. It's what you clicked on this video for. What the fuck was that, Belal?
Everybody knows that's why you're here.
Wait a minute. What the fuck did he say about the Epstein files? Pause. ...
That's not even pause. That's like stop the track.
Very
We're done.
poor choice of words. Wow. Wow. These comments are incredible.
The Dana White post-fight presser when he says Belal is not allowed to speak anymore is gonna be insane.
Some of these are kind of heinous. Bro's so hairy, I genuinely almost thought he had tattoos on his arms.
Yeah, I mean he has hairy arms.
Yeah. Shout out to him.
Also, you might have missed the most important part of that video if that's what you're focused on.
Bro, comparing one of your training partners to the Epstein files is a crazy fucking move. Why would bro use the Epstein files as an example?
Oh man, I can't believe.
Woo! All right, Frankie, we got any
Voicemails?
Voicemails.
Oh Christ.
Ahoy, hoy.
Hey, Ghana, hey, Eric, how you doing? It's me, Jimmy. Jimmy
What's up,
from
Jimmy?
Queens. Listen, I just have a
Shout out Queens.
a quick story to tell you guys. Before
right.
I tell you guys, I just want to let you guys know I'm a big fan of the show.
Thanks, Jim.
Now, listen, last night I had a crazy dream, fellas, and I was a little uncomfortable when I woke up, but I don't know how to say this. Fucking in the dream, I had a dream that I kissed my mother's ass. I woke up a little freaked out. I don't know. You guys know what that means? Is that a meaning or something?
I mean, we
I'm
have
a
to
little scared
ask,
right now,
honestly.
but-
We have to find out. Shout out Jimmy. Thank you, Jimmy.
Thanks, Jim.
It's tough.
Hopefully not Jimmer, who we know and love.
What's up, boys? Fighter pay will ultimately never eliminate fight fixing, especially with prop bets, making it easier to hedge your pay on a win or a loss. It's an easy guarantee to pad your pockets regardless of outcome. This is just the cost of doing business within all sports bets. From my perspective, hopeful optimism is just a product of delusion.
I agree to an extent that like it won't eliminate it. Nothing will eliminate fight fixing, but increasing fighter pay will make it less likely that people who are underpaid are susceptible to it.
For
right?
sure.
That is what I think the difference maker will be.
It can contribute to the solution, though I don't think there
It will
is
never eliminate.
a complete elimination solution.
He's right about that part, which is like as long as there's people trying to make an extra buck and be greedy, there will always be
For sure.
this temptation. But if you eliminate the number of people who could be tempted, because there will be some people who like who was it that Ariel spoke to that was like Padilla When Ariel spoke to Chris Padilla and Ariel was like, "Has anybody ever approached you?" He was like, "No." And if they did, I'd punch them in the fucking mouth.
Yeah, that's
Like,
what the reaction needs to be.
If you're paying these guys well, I think that reaction becomes a lot more common than like I might think about it.
Paying them well, and I know it's clear, like you don't even need to say it, but like when you sign the contract, being like, this is the big leagues. If you fight fix, you will go to federal. Fuck. Right.
To his credit, Dana White has been very clear in the aftermath, being like,
for sure,
don't, or you're going to fucking prison.
Yeah.
Hey y'all, this is TJ from Orlando.
What's up,
just trying to piggyback. I'm listening to one of the questions here. Somebody just said something about when do you put your Christmas tree up.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to piggyback off of that.
Okay. Let's hear
just
it.
trying to ask. Well, I just got married in July.
Congrats,
so,
brother.
Congrats.
Ask you guys for some advice on that marriage. You guys gave some great advice. Still following that advice. Just found out yesterday. I'm saying this out loud for the first time. Just found out yesterday. We're pregnant. We're having a baby.
Congrats, man.
So I just wanted to get some advice on when you should let your kid know, is Santa real or not?
Yeah.
You don't want your kid to know, or you don't want your
Who's
kid
to
to
check?
be the first one in class to know that Santa isn't real, spoiling it for the other kids. And you don't want your kid to be the only dumbass in the class.
Wow.
Saying
it's harsh.
Santa's real.
That's hard.
So
It's
what's your
tough.
advice, especially for the team members that have kids? When do you let your kids know that Santa isn't real? All right, y'all. Peace.
This is crazy because last night when I got home from this show,
Oh no.
Holly goes, my wife Holly. I don't know if I've ever even said it. My wife Holly said to me, Avery asked me if Santa's real.
Oh no.
And I said,
"That's fucking illegal."
What did you say? And she said, this Holly, smart woman that she is, she goes, "Do you think Santa's real?" And then Avery was like, "I don't know." Avery's kind of precocious, like she's a little smart. She's 8 years old, but I think she's starting to like get the hint that it's not. Like she's skeptical like me. I don't think she thinks that like Santa can fly that like around the world and like come to the house. So she's starting to get the like feeling of that. And Holly asked her, and so she's still in this like, I'm not sure, but she's starting to get skeptical phase. I don't know if we rip the Band-Aid off and are just like, nah.
Now the danger with ripping the Band-Aid off and being like, nah, it's not real, then she kind of elbows the other kids and is like,
well, tell me.
not real, bro. It was them. They left the presents.
Is that important?
I don't know, dude.
I still maintain it.
I am the youngest of two brothers, and I can't remember when I found out that Santa was not real. It was pretty early on.
Anybody else have a story or thought back there?
I was pretty sure he wasn't real, but I thought if I admitted to that, I wouldn't get presents, so I kept that shit
That's
close.
that. I like
Smart.
that. I like
Smart. Andy?
I'm just thinking, I don't remember when I realized it, but I know that when it happened, my mom told me, like, I have a younger brother. So she was like, well, we got to keep, we got to keep the tradition. We got to keep the magic alive.
Who the fuck is we?
And honestly, like, to this day, she'll give us Santa presents. To this day.
Yeah, same with my
Okay,
mom.
but what's your plan?
My plan? God, I don't know.
Federal.
All right, we'll figure it out, and then I will pass
Whatever
along.
works for you, you let me know, and then that'll be my
I'm in rough shape. I'm already at this point right now.
My mom still does like the stocking. She's like, oh, these are from Santa, and then it's like the gifts from parents and stuff.
Yeah.
It's cute.
It is cute.
I like it, but I don't know. I don't know how much longer I can keep up the facade.
The charade.
The charade, yeah.
What's up, boys in the back? This is Matthew from Milwaukee calling. Just a quick note for you guys. And I'm kind of surprised that I have to be given this note.
Oh, shit.
So breaking the fourth wall
God.
is not the same thing as going behind the scenes. You guys
That's
say all the
fucking
time that
bullshit.
you're breaking the fourth wall when you're talking about going behind the scenes. And I'm kind of surprised that you keep using it wrong, because I feel like Frank definitely gives off, well, Frank and New York Rick both give off worked on
vibes.
stage crew in high school theater vibes.
Yeah.
Wow.
High school theater vibes.
Actually,
yeah,
he's
just
right.
wanted to call about that because I've been, it's been pretty annoying for the last few months. As great as your show is, to keep hearing that mistake get made. But thank you for everything you do, and shout out. Peace.
I know what he's saying. we have redefined what breaking the fourth wall means amongst ourselves.
Who's we? You mean Ariel? Like, let's be
Well,
completely clear.
I mean,
here.
the guy refers to his in-ear monitor as an IFB. So, like, we just have to, like, roll with the punches sometimes.
How could
The only issue I had with that call is that he didn't use it correctly.
What part? What
he didn't explain.
Oh, he didn't
how to
say
properly
how to do it.
Deadpool
Yes.
acknowledging that it's a movie or it's a comic book, that's breaking the fourth wall.
It's staring
right?
into the camera and acknowledging the audience.
But that's kind of what we're doing. Like, this is supposed to be sports talk, and then we're talking about things that are happening in our personal life, like meta to the actual show. You know what, dude? I'm glad this gives him heartburn.
He has a point in the sense that we do a show where we do interact with people, and so it is not a diversion from that to then address the people and talk to them. But my biggest issue is fuck you for the theater kid vibes comment. I don't think I give off theater kid vibes.
I don't like thespians.
And also, you never even seen Frank. Like, how could you even know?
Frank.
But no, I don't identify with that. I don't resemble that. And yeah, I took drama in school.
I feel attacked.
No, I took drama in school. I liked it quite a bit. It was fun.
Everything makes sense now.
Explains a lot. Is that when you get your earring?
No, unrelated. After high school, I got it with my wife.
Hey, what up, boys? This is CJ calling out of Roswell, Georgia again.
Hey,
all I gotta say is, Connor, no. It's a scar on Zuko's face. It's not a tattoo, buddy. It's a scar. Come on, man.
Who's to check?
Man, it's a scar from his dad. It's the whole point. All right, love you, boys.
Yeah, I received one or two messages about this, and by one or two, I mean like 27. I haven't watched the show in 10 years. I apologize.
It's tough.
My mistake. But please, shut the fuck up about it. We're ready to move on. I apologize. It's on me. I just need to go back and watch it.
Federal fucking prison.
I just need to go back and watch it. The Uncle Iroh, the Uncle Iroh debate the other week, and now the scar tattoo, and not remembering Zuko's name. I just got to go back and watch it.
They just released Avatar, The Last Airbender.
We don't care.
Set on Magic the Gathering.
Frank,
you know what, Frank? You do care.
Drops,
Yeah,
man.
easy, Frank.
Dropped you've
done like theater
15.
kid.
And he's in the middle of like a heartfelt childhood story. It's like, federal fucking prison.
And what was the end of that story? Is I don't remember. I don't know what I'm gonna do. Whatever.
Hey guys, Harry
What?
calling again from
Talking about when
Long
Andy
Island.
was-
Rick and GC, you guys concerned at all that Frank being filtered for these voicemails is giving him a bit too much power? It seems to have gone straight to his head.
Yeah.
He's blacklisting my voicemails. I'm not even confident that this one's going to get through.
It made it through.
And then he did that guy dirty the other week by playing his blooper. Not right.
That was
Not
good.
right.
Yeah,
I
that
think
was good. That was
we could
good.
rein this in a little, maybe pass this responsibility on to someone else. But no hard feelings, Frankie. Let's play some Tiberian Sun together. Add me on GameSpy. See ya.
That's quite the classic.
What is GameSpy?
You don't remember what GameSpy was? Like an old way to play online games because you had to connect directly to someone else's computer.
Oh, it was like peer to peer.
Yeah.
Holy shit. Yeah, I mean, Frankie, he wants to take the voicemail responsibility away from you.
Well, that's fucked up.
All right. Next.
What's going on, boys? It's your boy Petey here
What's
from
up,
the
Petey?
516. You already know the deal. All right, real quick.
Where's the 516?
We got Islam
Long
Makhachev, round 3 sub. Shevchenko, TKO. Brady, sub. Edwards, decision.
No.
And then we got
This has to
Benil Dariush
This
via
was-
Benny Bomb, KO,
This was
flatline.
before?
Out
Before.
cold. Benoit Saint Denis sleeping on the canvas.
He picked
All right,
Benny
real
to
quick
knock
to the
out
question.
BSD.
Going on a cruise
went
here
up-
in
he went-
January, and
Essentially
first time I'm ever
You didn't
going
pilot?
on one. I've heard, the pros and cons. Definitely a lot more cons than the pro. Going on Royal Caribbean.
Oh,
Just wanted to know, have anyone ever been on a cruise, and what's your review about it? I need the brutal honesty. Yeah, guess what? First take, bitch. Let's fucking go.
let's go.
Peace.
I like a first.
Killed that, Pete.
Yeah.
Killed that. I have been on a Royal Caribbean cruise when I was younger. I hated it. There's There's no getting me on a cruise again.
Oh, really? Done.
What do I need to go on a cruise for? Go to the middle of the ocean, be with a bunch of stinky, smelly people, drinking a bunch, kids.
Jesus, stinky, smelly people.
I really don't like kids.
I really don't like cruises.
Oh,
Gonna make a Belal joke. Has anybody back there? Been on a cruise or have
I've
cruise
been.
thoughts?
I've been. We went on a 10-day, which was entirely too long. I
That
could
is a
not
long
wait
cruise.
to get the fuck off that ship.
Ow!
It's like,
Did
you
you
know what?
enjoy the beginning part of it, or was it like done from the start?
No, the beginning part was okay. Because like when you're exploring in the beginning, there's enough to see where you're like, oh, 1 day, 2 day, that's fine.
Also, when was this?
Summer 23, it must have been.
Okay,
Summer
so
23 or 20. No, there's no way. Summer 22.
Okay, so
still
pre.
somewhere
Okay,
recently.
got it.
Yeah, but you know, by like at the periods where you can't get off the ship and you're just trying to make it back, you just want to jump off.
Where did you
Like,
go? That you like? Where did you like do the day stuff? Like, was it like
man.
Bahamas or something?
We had Bahamas.
Okay.
We had St. Thomas, I think it was.
Yeah, nice.
Like
Okay,
a few.
Caribbean.
We did like maybe 4 stops, and we got off everywhere and did everything off the ship because once we got on, we were trapped. You know?
Yeah.
Did you do Royal Caribbean as well?
Yes.
Yeah, it is.
I've been on 2.
Not my thing. 2. It's too.
Holly
many.
really likes them. The first time, I got very sick. I get seasick on cruises.
Mr. like ironclad stomach. The guy who like just like spicy Szechuan noodles 5 minutes before we go on the air, just like, no, I'm ironclad. Don't even worry about it, man.
Okay, it's an equilibrium thing. But what's crazy about it is, and this is the part that baffles me, I could get on like a little skipper boat right now, riding through the choppiest waters you've ever seen, and be completely fine. There's something about the big ship that just like fucks my equilibrium, and I get
crazy.
sick. Like I never get motion sickness. I read in cars. I can fly. Nothing ever. Nothing impacts me with that.
Fly?
I step on a cruise. From hour 2, I am like incapacitated.
Just yakking.
Yakking, can't move out of the bed,
dude.
And so I had to get the patches, and they work like a charm. Like I was
amazing.
fine.
Oh, shout out.
The first one was rough though because I did not have those patches.
Did you know it going into it on the first
Had no
one?
idea. But also, as I said, and as you know, like I'm kind of like bulletproof with all this shit. So I had no even thought that it could have even happened.
Second one, were you nervous going into it being like,
1000%.
please God, let these patches work?
I was nervous. I knew the patches would work, but I was like, maybe the first one was like, I was sick already.
Yeah.
Hopefully I'll be okay. Stepped on, dying from the second I stepped on the cruise. So,
how long
so I
was
got
it?
the patch. This second one was like 7 days or 8 days.
No.
I just don't enjoy cruises.
No, I hate 'em.
just don't like it. Like
Man,
I understand the
they're
like
dirty bacteria.
I'd almost rather just go to like if you're gonna do the like we're staying in one spot, go to like an all-inclusive resort
Yeah.
instead of the cruise.
So like the whole thing when you're taking off and it's like,
Yeah.
everyone's like, yeah, woohoo.
There's a novelty to it. Maybe if it's your first one, you might enjoy it. But yeah, I get violently ill, so it's not great. But the patches work like a charm.
Frankie, you a cruise guy?
I've never been on a cruise.
Keep it
I
up.
would kill to be on a cruise. You guys, man, you're just taking it for granted. It's great. Sounds like a
You
fun
could
time.
go. It's not like we're like
Nah,
stopping
nah,
you.
it's fine.
My parents are doing a Viking cruise.
There we go.
In France next year, which is like the ritzy old people one. Like you're literally not allowed to bring kids on.
Oh, I like that.
And it's through a river, so like you're always close to land, and it makes a bunch of stops. We'll see what they think of it, but man, count me out for cruises, bro.
Yeah.
You're like Holly loves cruises. The woman I end up with cannot be she can't be a
Okay,
cruise girl.
here's the happy ending to this story.
Second one,
She
she
also
hated.
didn't have a great time on the
Yeah.
second one, so she was like, "All right, I'll be a bit before we
I would
try
go
this
on
again."
one and then I'd be making the cruise a terrible scene.
The
for
other
her.
thing was we came with like 50 family like relatives, so we had like a big representation on the boat. That makes it easier because then you can meet up with people you know. You all go to dinner together. You do those things. But yeah, none of us had a great
How much
time.
do they cost? What's a 10-day Royal Caribbean cost?
I can't remember, but it was definitely in the thousands.
Yeah, you're paying two and a half
And plus
G's.
the flight to Florida.
Yeah.
It was money, man.
I'm hopping on a jet to Europe before I'm getting on a cruise.
Did you watch Trainwreck Poop Cruise? Because I feel like this is your biggest nightmare.
I watched some of that, but yeah, count me out for all of that.
Ghost ship.
So enjoy your cruise.
The showers, the tiny little cabins. You know, you always
Free internet service.
Titanic's got to be in the back of the head too.
Oh,
you
Jesus.
got to keep it in the back of the mind. You know, what if? Do we have enough rowboats?
Who's to check?
Thank you to this caller. Enjoy your cruise. This segment presented by
Royal Caribbean Cruises. Make sure to book your winter vacation now down to the beautiful island of the Bahamas. It'll only take us 14 days to get there.
And you spend 1 day on shore.
Yeah, enjoy your cruise, man.
Howdy, boys in the back. It's Big B back again.
What's up, Big B?
I know last time I confused Rick. Gotta be that Queen's water, I guess.
What the fuck?
Queens!
Not hard to do.
Anyway, shout out Lone Star State. Speaking of, Josh
about
Van,
what, though?
fighting for the world title out of Houston, Texas, by way of Malaysia.
Nope, me
Now,
and
I remember I watched his first fight.
He did live in
some
Malaysia.
random prelim.
Oh, okay.
I told all my friends, I have the text pulled up right here. This kid will fight for a world title in the next 2 years.
Hell yeah.
I was right.
Yeah.
Congrats.
So, question for Frankie. My boy, my guy, kisser of asses, sometimes mothers.
No, both.
What are the top 5
also kisses
Texas
asses around here.
exports? Look forward to hearing from y'all.
All right, that's
Adios.
good.
Top 5
Big B.
exports.
Out.
Top Texas exports.
Oh, all right. The Frito pie.
Yeah.
Do they export that?
I mean, yeah, we provide it to the rest of the.
I
Where are
like
we
I like a
getting-
Frito pie.
All right. I'm just gonna say things that Texas have
Yeah,
provided
yeah,
the
yeah.
rest of the
That's
country.
that.
Okay, all
All
right.
right.
Okay.
Stadium nachos.
Okay.
That's a
two-
Texas thing?
Yeah, it started in
Okay.
El Paso.
All
All
right,
right.
nice. 2 low-grade concession stand foods.
Low grade. You know what? Pantera.
Shout out.
Let's see. At the drive-in.
What is that?
More fast food.
it's another band, actually, Connor. Sorry. And then, damn, this is actually difficult. Barbecue. Texas barbecue.
Okay.
Okay.
That's a good one. That's a pretty good one.
You're like, I know that one.
I knew Frito pies, fucker.
Top.
How do you make a Frito pie? Let's
Did
just
you
break
just
the
go
fourth
make
wall.
a Frito pie fucker?
Without the sex.
Without the sex.
All right, let's go.
Our next who's to check needs to be without the sex. Who's to check without the sex?
What's up? It's Jacob calling from Denver, Colorado.
What's up, Jacob?
Called a couple weeks ago about the heartbreak advice. Y'all really helped out. Appreciate the advice.
Oh wow.
But I gotta say right now,
fuck.
listen here, Steven, I'm not gonna stop texting your wife. I'm never gonna stop texting your wife. You can go all the couples therapy you want, man. It is not gonna stop me, man. You're taking her out to PF Chang's. I'm gonna take her out to Benihana, man. What are you gonna do about it? And you know what?
Trump.
You really want to do something about it? Let's do this. Let's both apply to be mailmen. We both live in Denver. We both could become mailmen of Denver. Boom. We settle it in the mailman fight league.
Love it.
Winner gets your wife.
So
Without the sex.
No, with.
So yeah, how'd you start up in the postal service? I got dumped and I called into some bullshit combat sports show and left a voicemail looking for advice, and they gave me it, and then some guy took up issue with that, and then he challenged me to a mailman fight league, and so we fought, and I had to become a mailman, so that's how I got the job. But it's also how I met my wife, because I beat Steven's ass and won his wife in the mailman fight league.
And then they're like, sir, the police are on their way.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm just glad he had a good sense of humor about that call.
Shut up. Glad you're doing better on
Hey,
that.
it's Jacob again from Denver, Colorado. I just want to preface that last call. I am not a bad guy.
You are too
Thought
late.
that'd be a funny joke. Again, not a bad guy. Steven, apologies to you and your wife. Still going to see you in the mailman fight league. Just got to preface. I'm not a bad guy. All right, thank you.
You can't preface. We've already played it.
He seems like a very nice young man.
Shout out to Steven, man. I hope the heartbreak gets.
No, he's Jacob.
Yeah.
Steven is.
Shout out to
is the guy with the
Jacob.
wife.
Shout out to Steven too.
Shout out
And
to
most
Steven, too.
importantly, shout out to Steven's wife.
I hope the couples counseling is going well.
Hey guys, Stinky Link from Pittsburgh here. Thanks for the advice about the bowling. Anyways, quick question. Dream blunt rotation. Someone from Pride, a current UFC champion, and an announcer from any sport that you want. Let me know.
Wait, re-rack that? I missed
Re-rack that, and before we re-rack, did we actually give this guy bowling advice, or is he just fucking around?
No, I think there was a question, but I don't remember what we said.
What advice can we give about bowling?
Hey guys, Stinky Link from Pittsburgh here. Thanks for the advice about the bowling. Anyways, quick question. Dream blunt rotation.
Okay.
Someone from Pride, a current UFC champion, and an announcer from any sport that you want.
Okay. Pride, UFC champ.
Okay.
Announcer from any sport.
Pride, I'm taking Rampage.
Yeah, that's a safe choice.
We'll be chilling. Current UFC champion, I'm actually going to take Volk because he's going to cook up the munchies afterward. I watched, bruh.
That's so smart.
Go to his YouTube channel and go watch his 45-minute video I watched last night while I was just knocking out some work. He just details his life on the farm. It was tremendous. Like, he gets all his veggies. He's got cows. He's got goats. Like, he's got all this stuff on the farm. And at one point, him and his dad, who's like the most bush Australian dude with like this giant mustache, they like cook up this incredible meal where it's like peppers, homemade sourdough, feta from their goats, and like salami, and like they just eat it with their hands off the land. Ripping it like that, post blunt, I'm in.
Love that.
And then in terms of an announcer, the Dodgers guy, Joe, what's his face? Nah, I'd go. I'd probably go Mike Breen because he'd bring the beignets
at Cafe Du Monde. I love yours. Yours is fantastic. I'm gonna go for Pride. I'm gonna go Don Fry because I just think it would be funny as fuck.
That'd be a great one
to hear Don Fry.
Yeah, to be smoking a Bleezer with Donnie Fry.
I'm gonna pair it with. Do I do Tom or Alex? I'm gonna pair it with Tom. We're doing Tom Don Fry. And the announcer is Iron Eagle.
I love that.
And he's commentating us smoking the blunt.
And then you have a joke in your back pocket the whole time after you finish the blunt and like you guys are going to get food. You and Don Fry say you're like walking into like a McDonald's and like his eyes are super red and you look at him and you're like, more like Don Fried, am I right? And then pat him on the back. It's like, it's perfect. It's in gold.
It's perfect.
Who else could we get as a commentator? I'm down for Johnny Anik if he wants to hop in.
Now he's Johnny.
John Gooden, if we want a British
class it up a little bit.
Yeah. A British dude on a little Bleezer with a Brit.
Do you guys remember last week this individual calling in talking about the nudist community in Philadelphia that was doing bowling?
That's what it was.
The nudist bowling community.
I don't remember what advice you gave in that.
Also, it's Pittsburgh. It's Stinky Link.
Oh, Pittsburgh. You're right. Yeah.
It was Connor basically saying you wouldn't catch me ever doing this nudist shit.
Yeah, I ain't going nowhere with my balls out, bro. No one needs to see that. I've actually had discussions
without the sex.
Without the sex. I've had discussions like obviously public indecency, like you can't be nude in public.
Yeah.
New York is a crazy city. This is obviously would never do this, but out of curiosity, how far do you think you could make it if you just tried to begin your commute home butt ass naked?
Oh man, I think I would not get through Penn Station, guaranteed.
Yeah, no chance.
Once I get to
There's
Penn,
police there. There's
I
police
might
there.
be able to get from the subway here to Penn.
Yeah.
People would obviously be leaving the train and reporting it.
Yeah.
The moment I get to Penn Station, I am tackled by 17 police officers.
Yeah. I'm thinking subway is probably where it stops because that's when people start like freaking out. Honestly, on the side, I have a decent walk to get to my subway station. I'm probably getting stopped before the subway. All it takes is one cop seeing you. I've just always wondered that, you know? It's just like how far could you make it?
I think Frank said he wanted to test it one time.
Boys in the back, it's your guy, Matt from Nashville.
What's up, Matt?
Just finished up a 13-hour shift driving home. Listening to the Ariel Helwani show. It's a Monday. Got a couple things for you. GC?
Yes.
On the beginning of this show, you started singing some Creed.
Yeah.
You got to step your game up, my dude. You got to work on your Scott. You got to stick your chin out as far as it'll go. You got to try to make your tongue as wide as that can go. And you got to store that voice right behind your front teeth. And you got to, will you take me higher to a place where blind men see? You got to really, really go for it, man. Level up your game. I look forward to hearing your next improved version next week. Anyways, on to the question. Do you guys prefer a pay-per-view fight card that is a showcase for a specific weight class, or just like a scatter shot of all different weight classes, but just stacked with good fights? I prefer the showcase for the weight class like this last weekend, just because it kind of creates a lot of conversations, creates a lot of what-ifs. It's a lot of fun, but that's just my opinion. As always, I appreciate you boys week in and week out, always showing up. BITB.
Well, appreciate you, Matt.
Good voice on him, too.
Great voice on him. Where blind men see. And if you don't know why we're saying that, it's in reference to the Max Kellerman promo during UFC 322. For some reason, Max Kellerman was on a promo, and for some reason, they took Creed as the background music. And then he said, Makhachev.
I'm opposite you. You said the stacked one. I like the weight class ones.
Back it up.
Because I like the all the conversation can focus on that one part versus like it's like, oh, now like we're gonna have the lightweight conversation and the welterweight conversation and it's gonna spin forward. I want all of it on one.
Give me all the combos.
I like it.
Turkey for me, turkey for you. I love to eat turkey in my big brown shoe. What's good, boys?
Yeah.
It's your boy Bodkins, baby. In honor of the greatest holiday, Thanksgiving, I got to ask you, boys, who are you inviting over for Thanksgiving?
Who, me?
And what sides are you expecting them to bring? Your boys have a blessed weekend. Bodkins out, baby.
Can this be anyone, or is this just UFC? Thanks for the call, Bodkins.
I think he's actually asking us, like, what are our Thanksgiving plans?
Me and Frank had a nice tradition running. 2 years. It's ended.
Not happening? Oh.
He bailed last year, so now
I was sick.
it's kind of a knife in the...
You had strep.
Stake in the heart. I had strep, but I was still willing
You
to
said
give
Thanksgiving,
thanks.
I was sex. I was like, well, I'm sick of this.
Thanksgiving without the sex.
Thanksgiving. It's like the I'm just gonna keep it low key. I think I might have my dad over, my brother-in-law. Like keep it small this year.
So I stay up here, stay local, as they say. I'll actually be going to one of my good friends' houses out in Jersey.
Who, me?
Nope,
not you, Frank.
But you do know them. Shout out to him. Yeah,
James Tahuna.
Nailed
it. It is James Tahuna.
It is James. How'd you know? Yeah. So,
are you bringing a side dish?
I'm gonna bring a pie, 2 bottles of wine, and then the elder statesman of the house really enjoys coffee ice cream. So I'm gonna go to a nice creamery and get some.
That's classy.
High quality stuff for him. But yeah, I have not been at home for Thanksgiving since 2017. Been kind of doing a smorgasbord of different things. This is like my third one with a different family. It's kind of weird going to someone's Thanksgiving.
Yeah, when Frank would come over, you hosted?
Yeah, but that was all friends. There was no family.
okay.
Like, obviously, like
So-
my parents weren't
got
up
it,
here.
got it,
We were
got
just up here because we do the show and everything. And then, I go back to
Oh,
Atlanta
was that
at
a
Christmas.
convenience?
Yeah, was that a convenience? We did a restaurant one year. That wasn't bad.
That was fun.
But yeah, being like the non-family member at the family gathering, which is what I'm going to do this year.
Oh,
is-
yeah.
it's tough.
That is tough.
It's tough. You got to talk to the uncles and the aunts. Oh yeah. No, I've known them. Yeah, I've been friends with them for a while. No, yeah, I'm up here because of work. Yeah, got the invite. No, yeah. No. No, I'm not dating anyone. No, not here. No. Nope, not married to anyone. No, I'm not part of the family, man. I'm not part of the family. I just got the invite and I said yes to it.
So the thing you got to know, though, is it's like the Epstein.
Yeah.
The uncle is
That's
just
where I'm gonna drop it.
You,
That's
you
where I'm
just
gonna
drop
drop
it on him. Have we done Thanksgiving lists
Yes,
for?
that
We
was
did
like the
sides.
first one
Yeah,
we did.
yeah. I'm a stuffing guy, stuffing through and through.
All right.
Stovetop.
I was thinking
Nope.
pound for. Oh,
No, not
all right.
stovetop.
Keep going.
It's Dan Hooker Fight Week, baby! Woo!
Also, Rick, I was just wondering what football team you
Great
support.
Wait, what?
Football or soccer?
I didn't hear what he said.
said, what football team do you support?
Also,
None.
Rick, I was
Wait.
just wondering what football team you support.
None. I love the NFL. I watch a lot of football. I don't watch soccer, if that's what you were asking about. I love the NFL, but I don't have a team. I'm not like a Giants fan. In fact, I don't have any sports teams, definitely not New York sports teams. I have one team. It's the Cavaliers in basketball. Everything else, like I watch other sports and just want to
Enjoy.
see a good game.
Yeah.
Hey, boys in the bag. It's Dave calling from Citro, Florida. I just wanted to put my 2 cents in why Sean Brady lost. And I 100% think it's because he avoided Connor and your bike race. I know you would have won, Connor. Have a great day. Thank you for everything you do. I listen to you guys every week. Have a great week.
Thank you for the call. We appreciate the support. Sean's good in my book, you know.
Yeah,
he ducked, but he's got bigger.
Those fighting words.
He's got bigger fish to fry. He's got
He'll
bigger
be
fish
back.
to fry, man. He'll be back.
What's up, boys? It's Mark again from Richmond. Just calling to say, I think we can stop with the GWOAT conversation. It's done. It's finished. It's over. Another dominant performance by the GWOAT. We know her. We love her. 9 wins, 1 loss in
Yes,
last
sir.
10 fights.
Yes, sir.
Unbelievable.
Come
just
on.
dominant performance
Say it.
over a game opponent. Fatty McCline, the GWOAT. Peace.
Who?
Went Fatima.
Fatima.
Klein.
Fatty McCline.
I thought he said.
Is that not Fatty McCline?
I thought he said Patty McCline. I was like, who the fuck is that? Is that some girl on Cage Warriors or something? What's the deal? Is that an Invicta fighter? I was like, well, what is going on
One
here?
performance over a game opponent. Fatty McCline.
Fatty McCline.
He put the emphasis in an odd spot. Fatty McCline.
You need to take the same tactic as Chael, who won't say Valentina Shevchenko.
And never say
Who
that
knows? Who knows what
Say Archangel.
Who knows what Valentina Shevchenko sounds like coming out of Chael's mouth?
Yeah,
It's got to be crazy. You need to take the same route and never say Fatty McCline again, and only call her, yes, Frank, the Archangel. Or if you want a deep cut, call her the Butcher. You didn't think the Butcher was going to lose to Angela Hill
in New York.
I thought your nickname was the Archangel. Fatty McCline, everybody.
Boys in the back. This is D-Rock.
What's up,
From the
D-Rock?
chat, coming to you from St. Petersburg, Florida.
Shout out.
My question to you guys.
St.
Have you guys ever had an eye injury? Eye poke, maybe a sports injury? I'll go first since mine just happened. Sunday morning, I'm tired. I stayed up late. I watched a pay-per-view.
Yep.
My son, go to change him, 2.5 years old. Dude goes full cereal gone. I'm talking fingers extended deep. I could not open my eyes for at least 5 minutes, probably close to 10 minutes. And even then, it hurt like hell opening. Even my right eye didn't want to open. Wanted to DQ him. Wife said not intentional, no intent, so only took a point. Warned his ass one more time, son. You're out of here. So let me know, boys. Have a good rest of the week. Love it.
I've never had an eye poke. Have you ever had a sports injury though?
Nah, just a couple like styes. That's about it. Nothing
Wow.
crazy
Oh,
with the
you're saying
eyes.
like in your life, no injuries, period.
No,
like
no,
eye
for the
injury.
eye. And
Oh yeah, I know you've. Yeah, we've talked about them before.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I mean he said them on the air before.
Interesting. I had an ulcer on my eye once. That was fun.
Ooh, that's
Frank,
tough.
any sports injuries? Early high school days? and
Broke
stuff?
my femur.
Damn,
in
yeah,
sports?
you have told me that.
No, I just like the bruises that you would get in like football that looked like strawberries, and they like burst all the blood vessels everywhere. Those were rough.
How did you break your femur?
Yeah,
though?
what was the femur story?
So my mom right now.
That's pretty good.
You know the crane kick from Karate Kid?
Yeah.
Shut the fuck up.
I literally did that off of my couch when I was 4. Landed on my leg, snapped my femur. I was in
By the way, that counts as a sports injury, but my God, Frank.
I was in a body cast for 12 weeks.
Oh, wait, why did they full body cast you?
Because I was at an age where they were like, if we let this grow, it'll actually heal itself without needing a rod or anything. If we could just keep him still.
Oh
So
my
I was in a
God.
body cast, and then fortunately, like my legs are the same length. Like no weirdness happened, which is what would normally happen. With the femur. So
Holy
yeah.
shit, Frank.
Yeah,
That's
man.
crazy. Thanks for breaking the fourth wall.
Femur, I've heard
Thanks
is
for
like one of
breaking
the.
my femur. What? How dare you, sir?
I've heard the femur is about as bad as it gets.
Usually fatal. Just saying.
Usually
wait,
fatal?
what?
The largest bone in your body
I know,
is
but
such a trauma
fatal.
that it could create a lot of blood loss.
Maybe the largest bone in your body.
Without the sex.
Without the sex.
I tore every ligament in my ankle. The only I was playing basketball and somebody put their foot under mine and I stepped on their foot and rolled my ankle to the point that I tore everything, every ligament, every tendon, everything that connected the ankle, and the only thing that did not break was the bone. The bone was there, and everything else around it was completely torn to shreds. And the recovery on that was rough. I was on crutches for like 6 months.
My worst is
The
chopping the pinky down to the bone. It was tough. Yeah, I actually went to the doctor recently. He's like, "So that's it? That's as much as it'll go?" Yeah, that's it. Old hook hand over here. Yeah, that was intense.
My wife Holly was with me when that happened. This is high school, senior year. She walked me to the nurse's office and stayed with me until I got. No, actually,
that's not how she knew Rick was the one.
She's like, "Oh my God, he died."
Yeah.
All right, keep it going.
Hey, boys in the back, it's Sammy here.
Shout out
calling
to
from Sweden.
Hey, Sammy, what's up, brother?
I'd just like to say 3 weeks until I graduate from my college.
Oh, congrats, man.
It's been a good 3 years at my college. I've learned a lot, I've developed a lot. I'm looking forward to the next chapter in my life. Obviously, you guys have inspired me so much. I get inspired by you guys every week in different ways. But, you know, the interview that I did with the floorball, 5-time champion in the world, that inspired me. This week, on Friday, I'm going to my school and I'm going to be part of the school podcast as a guest.
Congrats, man.
That itself makes me feel like a in-studio guest. You know, I mean, yeah, just you guys inspired me and helped me and made me believe in myself even more. You know, just to, you know, I can do things and yeah. So just wish you guys have a super lovely November and lovely December, Christmas, and a good year, good finish to the end of the year for you guys, for the show. For you guys and your personal lives. Yeah, just have a great show, guys.
Thanks, Sammy. We really
Thank you,
appreciate the
Sammy.
call, man. Congratulations on getting ready to graduate. We appreciate your support, man. It really means a lot, dude. And same to you. Finish the year off well, brother.
Yeah, enjoy that podcast. Have fun. Thank you, Sammy.
Hey guys, if you all could just bow your heads real quick so we could just pray to MMA gods, I would appreciate.
Sure.
MMA gods, we come to you today that we have a fight this Saturday in Qatar, Dan Hooker versus Armin Sarukian.
Yeah, thanks.
I just asked MMA God that you make Dan Hooker victorious. We know Armin likes to do a takedown, do a ground and pound, do a submission. We just ask that Dan has the strength to stuff a takedown, the strength to avoid a submission, the strength to use his striking, MMA gods. We know Armin Sarukian loves to eat, though, so we ask that he receives a 2-piece and a soda from Dan Hooker on Saturday evening. MMA gods, I don't ask for much, but if you could just do this for us, we would appreciate it. Amen.
In MMA God's name.
Oh, fuck. That's
That
a
was
funny
solid
call.
stuff.
That's a
That
funny
was
call.
solid stuff.
But we're not rooting for. Look, I mean, we like both.
I'm
guys.
cool with either
We
of them,
like
but
both
God, this shirt, the more I look at it, it shows up great on camera.
Oh, it's so good.
This is a good shirt. Shout out to Engage, man. Shout out to Engage. Shout out to Dan the Hangman. And shout out to y'all for the voicemails. Thanks so much for calling in. We really appreciate it. Each and every week, before we get out of here, a bit more breaking news.
Yeah.
PFL excited to announce that lightweight champion Usman Nurmagomedov will defend his title against 2025 PFL World Tournament champion Alfie Davis live from Dubai's Coca-Cola Arena on Saturday, February 7th. Massive start to 2026 for the promotion. Massive start to 2026 for combat sports. We're going to have Ryan Garcia fighting the week before. We'll have UFC 324 the week before that. And it looks like we're going to get a big card out in Dubai for PFL to kick off 2026. I can't believe it's almost here. About 6 weeks left in 2025. Man, year has gone into hyperdrive.
Yeah, nice to see Usman getting a fight already. Like, you know, good to keep him active. I do wonder, and also like Alfie had a fantastic run in the tournament. Makes a lot of sense. I like the fight a lot. I do wonder how many fights Usman has left on his deal because he is getting awfully close with Dana White and Hunter Campbell every time we see him up on that stage or around fight week. But while you've got him, he's one of your biggest attractions, and you keep rolling out Usman.
Have to imagine when that contract runs up, he'll be heading over to the UFC.
I would assume so, just because I think the toughest challenges are there for him. But who knows? Look, if you're the PFL, that's the type of guy you want to retain, right? He's been with Bellator. He's been outside the UFC. Try to make it worth his while. There might be a business justification to be like, oh, look, we can't offer him quite what the UFC can in terms of the opponent, so maybe it's not worth it. We can't come like Paul Hughes. They could have continued that story if it wasn't 2-0 Usman. Like now it kind of becomes harder. So you like Alfie Davis, and then what?
Yeah,
right?
it gets those matchups that are just the A side. It's just
so who knows what the future holds. But in the meantime, like the fight, like that the PFL is keeping him active. This is not like when they first made the acquisition, everything was like, they're not giving me fights. We're not fighting frequently enough. Champion just won, right back in there. I like it. I'm happy with it.
I'm with it as well. Shout out to the PFL for getting that done, and shout out to y'all for sticking with us for this long. That's going to do it for us. UFC Qatar in the books. Enjoy this weekend. Don't forget to tune into the Crack tomorrow. Pizza Carrier will get you ready for that card. And then Saturday, Pizza Carroll, Chuck Mendenhall, Ariel Helwani.
Yeah.
Post show after UFC Qatar, probably happening around 4:30. Make sure to tune into that Eastern time, 11:30, 6, 7, who knows. Thanks for watching. See you next week. We're out of here.
Not even supposed to be here today.